Hello, everybody, and happy Friday. I know I don't normally stream on these days, but we got some special goodies for y'all, both today and tomorrow. Hopefully y'all are doing well. Welcome on in, Mark and Kits and Esper and Jama and Nice and Quilava and all of you. Hopefully your Friday is off to a good start now that, at least over here in America, the majority of the work hour is done. Which means now we can officially get our weekend started, and we are going to get it started off right. So, some of you are probably wondering, AKL, why are you streaming on a Friday? What are you doing? You normally you're done. You normally like to take the weekends for yourself because you're selfish. Well, random citizen, today we are here to discuss a very important topic that is very close to my heart. You may have heard of this little indie game called Tavern Talk. I've been pretty into it for the past checks imaginary watch, like 3 to 4 months. Might have wrapped up a pretty fucking cool Livedub last weekend. It was pretty heckin' neat, and so we thought, what could we do to even top? How could we go even further beyond than just an amazing finale? And that's when the content creator brain kicked in, and I kind of just threw an idea out there, and I'm like, hey, you know what'd be really neat and very much help my hyperfixation? What if we could bring one of the staff on for an interview? And lo and behold, over the course of those 3 months of Livedub, one of the staff has joined several facets of the community, not just my own channel, but several others. Has become relatively prominent in other people's communities. It's been really heckin' amazing to see, in addition to everyone just networking with each other and whatnot. It's just absolutely amazing. But of course, it is the one, the only Nika from Gentle Troll, also known online as Mahaon. Welcome on in. Hello, welcome to the Cafe KL. Officially,
should I do the tradition of?
I can never escape it. It's never gonna go. You know what? It's just gonna become a tradition, and like I'm gonna forget about this, right? I'm gonna forget about this, and like 3 months later, I'm gonna do like a random interview stream with like Mayu or like Fate or Steel or Embario or somebody. I'm just gonna be like, you know him, you love him, introducing insert
The
guest name
microwave.
here, and I'm gonna be like, yeah, and then all of a sudden I'm gonna hit with
Yep. See, we're just very hot outside and very cool inside. That's why, right?
Oh my god. But yes, welcome on in, Nika. First things first, I've already said this several times, but thank you for waking up at ungodly o'clock in the morning. For those of you who don't know, Nika and Gentle Troll are based in Germany. And what time is it over there, Nika?
2:38. Yep, it's fine.
That's not in the afternoon, by the way. That is 2:38 am.
Yep, it's military time.
Oh god. AKL, what are you doing at 2:30 in the morning? Usually getting ready for bed around that time.
It's fine. It's weekend, right? It's weekend.
Fair.
I'm staying up the whole night anyway. In these days, as long as I'm not at home with my parents, so they don't see it.
Valid. But yes, Nika was very, and I'm probably gonna be swapping in between Nika and Maha. Probably leaning more Nika.
Yeah.
But yeah. For those of you who don't know, Nika has been starting to stream officially. So if you have not checked out her channel, it is it is she her, right? Are your pronouns?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Yeah, if you have not checked out her channel yet, please go check it out. She just started streaming. Very heckin' cool.
Yes,
Last
we're
game she
having
played.
2 streams.
Yeah. But also you've done
shout
in addition to that, you've been doing a bunch of other work like making a person's entire PNG tuber as a gift. Fucking excuse me.
Well, see, the thing is, I don't even want to start to pay for subs and everything because I won't stop, and I have physical limitations being a human and having to sleep and everything. So that's what I'm going to. I was like, okay, I want to get protected. I just like his, that's my support. I like his community, so I was like, okay, I'm giving you a PNG, but I'm not going to pay stuff because I don't want to start. I won't be able to stop.
You know what? That is a perfectly valid justification, honestly.
Yeah, having to physically limit myself.
Yeah. Speaking of limiting yourself, you did have to limit your PowerPoint that you gave me.
Oh yeah.
So we'll be getting into the PowerPoint in just a second, but this PowerPoint is essentially a translated and trimmed version of the one that you showed off at was it Gamescom?
Oh no! It was a very small German con in Würzburg. It was the Indie Outpost. I mean, it's not even a con. It was just a get-together of some people who are interested in games. It was like 150 slides long. They were telling me, make a presentation. They didn't give me really a time frame. After an hour, they were told, okay, we thought it would be like half an hour. Please stop. And I was like, oh shit, there's still.
We thought it would be a half an hour. Why did you make 150 slides? And there's still 60 on this one, by the way.
Yep. Fun fact, I also barely slept that day because I had to finish a presentation. But I had the longest nap right now, so it's fine. I'm ready to go. I feel good.
I am glad.
Yes, 150. Jump scare. What jump
scare? Yeah, y'all are gonna get booba jump scared. That's just how it is. Because I have two. The booba jump scare only happens when I have 2 instances of the same window up. So in this case, I have 2 instances of Microsoft Edge up, one for the special thing to show later, and then one for my own browser and whatnot for like stream elements for my own stream stuff. So yeah. So everything else only has 1 instance, so it's fine. So if you see booba jump scare, that's me probably going into Microsoft Edge. Much appreciated.
Oh well.
But no, it's fine.
But
yeah, before we get into the actual thing itself, before we get into the actual PowerPoint itself, you mentioned I slipped of the tongue and you mentioned Tavern Talk is indeed an homage to Coffee Talk. When did y'all first, do you know when y'all had just first had this idea of you looked at Coffee Talk and you're like, what if we made a D&D version of this?
I mean, I wasn't the one who had the idea. It was Salima and Marcos. I think we have been trying to make some prototypes and games in several years already. It's just very hard to start it. We are usually doing serious games, so learning games, how to learn math or German or stuff like that, or to educate about the environment. We did a prototype about some ghosts or something like that, and then they started thinking about what if we have some kind of tavern and are talking to people. And then I think Selima looked at TikTok and saw Quincy's tavern and was like, damn, kind of cool. I mean, she was following him for a long while. And then they kind of combined those ideas. And I think in autumn, they Selima just told me about it, and we started the production properly as well. So yeah, it was just a continuation of a previous idea, basically, I think, with TikTok and Quincy and all that. Yeah.
That is really nice, and that explains the Quincy's Tavern cameo that happens in the game.
We were so hyped that he actually liked this too, that he wanted to be a part of this. That was really cool. He's also a really nice person.
Absolutely, and I don't know if this is in the slide, but now I'm curious on the topic of collabs and whatnot. When did y'all decide to reach out to Monster Prom? Because that was a collab out of left field. When that interlude came in, I'm like, wait a minute.
Okay. To be honest, I mean, I'm just an artist. I'm not really like doing much on producer level. I think it was before the Kickstarter. We started talking with them. And why we collab with them is because they were also part of the inspiration for the game because of the humor and all that. That's why also a little bit of the art style and all. That's why we just started talking to them one day. And I think we asked them if it would be fine. And we saw how they collabed with other people as well. So we were like, maybe they would like to. And they did like to. So that happened.
I think it turned out absolutely great. Like not only did the characters work really well in the Tavern Talk art style, but the writing of each of them just sounded like it was that perfect blend of it sounds like their characters in Monster Prom, but with the situation that you put them in Tavern Talk, like it just writes itself very, very well. So very good kudos to the scenario writers and everyone.
The writers are amazing. They were also like talking with the Monster Prom devs as well, just to get the tone right and all.
Well, without further ado,
oh dear,
I think we're. Oh my god! Wait, what? How? Oh my god! Okay, there we go. Now we're good. Okay. Let's begin. So Tavern Talk. We're just gonna go through the slides, and you let me know when to move on.
Okay, so just to preface, I'm the character designer and like drawing basically everything with the characters, like 2D wise animation. Another person did. So I will mostly talk about the character design process and all, and afterwards we can just probably talk about the characters themselves. So yeah, I did hear a lot of compliments about the character designs, and I'm very happy about that. Thank you. And yeah, that they're unique and all, and I just want to talk about how I went about them. So the way I like to make characters is just to make them unique, to be memorable. And for that, I think it's important that you can summarize them in one sentence, because then you can just basically pitch them to other people as well. Like, so you know this game with the nervous but kind of bard elf or the air echo rogue edgelord. So if you read all those descriptions, you can already think what characters I'm talking about. But for that, it's important just to get right to the point, to not have too much, to not try to tell too much about those characters in the picture, to avoid the clutter, so that people don't know where to start. Like looking where to start. Like, okay, this is a character that's that, and that, and that, and that, but then you can't really summarize it. So, for example, Archie, he's a nobleman who tries to be a hero. He's like a fairy tale prince, right? Or Baya. Baya is a creature, a swamp creature, swamp witch. She has a little bit of a head. A gremlin, yeah, a very sweet gremlin though. And Iniko is Iniko.
What is Iniko? Everyone's problem.
Yep, exactly. Good luck. Iniko is a menace. and you can see, I think someone once said, yeah, Iniko looks kind of cute, and I'm like, you're just at the very beginning of the Iniko experience. You will change it.
They didn't even see the hair flip up yet.
Oh no, they didn't. And afterwards, like, shoot.
I'm pretty sure I could pitch Tavern Talk to my friends who haven't heard about Tavern Talk very simply of like, hey, wolf dommy mommy, that's it.
Oh my god,
we're good. Carolyn, the end.
Yeah. Make a strong kind of barbarian wolf person. Okay, bet. There you go.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think that's about everything I can say about the slide. Yeah. Oh yeah, diversity. Diversity was a very important thing for us. And for best diversity, just don't let patterns form, because I don't know if you guys know, I'm going to say the Netflix phenomena of, you have the main character, then you have the one female person, which is the love interest, then you have the token black guy, the token gay guy, and the token handicapped guy, maybe. And because they all basically are the same person, but with one trait which deviates from this norm, they just look very tropey. So I think the best case to avoid this is just to not have a standard human being, basically, where you can pinpoint like the norm to. So yeah, here you have, for example, all the characters without hair, without clothing. I know, very not safe for work.
I mean,
like,
it's fine.
yeah, if you click one more time. Yeah, keep them guessing.
Keep them guessing.
Good
No,
luck trying to find a standard human here.
I actually really love this because like the most standard human, and it's great because this was actually going to go into what I was going to mention, but it's called, I'm sure you know of it, the silhouette test of like making sure your characters are able to be identified from just a silhouette without any other identifying features, just their general shape. And it's like looking at every single one of these, even like obviously the color does help, but it's like you said, which one is like the average human shape, and the closest one I can think of is Archie, actually, the one with the hand on his hip. He's literally just right here. But it's crazy that you can like see every single character and you still know which character you're talking about from the color scheme and just from the general shape of their sprite, you know?
Yeah. Like, I'm just always thinking if you think about it, there is no standard human. Like, if you have a standard human, it's usually just a symbol. But like, if you're talking really about people themselves, there just is none. Like like every person is for themselves, and a person does not really care about the average of our nation or something, because everyone's just different. And I think that's good. So yeah, just also don't be afraid of unconventional traits like dead body types, for example. So often the chubbier people are maybe just a little bit broad, I'm gonna say, but like they're afraid of having stomaches or something like that. And I'm like, it is. Why not? People have that. That's not
Also,
nothing bad.
I like the observation that somebody made of like, man, Jade is short.
Yeah, Jade is very short. I think she's like 148. I'm not sure how much it's in feet.
I actually did
like
not real. I thought Jade was taller. I'm gonna be real. Just Jade needs a booster seat in the tavern.
Even the thing is, her shoes even give her like 5 more centimeters. But like she is short. She has short.
You know what? I could see Tez rocking platforms.
Hell yeah.
I think you actually have like I think later on you do have an actual like height comparison with an index.
I hit it. I'm not sure. But yeah, like all the sizes and everything will be in the extended lore book, so that can be later purchased and all that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Again, just saying for anybody out there, I do have, thanks to the people at Gentle Troll, I have a advanced personal copy of the extended lore book. I can confirm, if you are wanting the Tavern Talk lore for every character and the world and a bunch of stuff that like they didn't even really get into in terms of like what was in the VN, get it. It's good. You did an amazing job, you and the team.
Thank you. Yeah, like we wanted to tell so much. Alas, like we also had like a limited word count because we had to translate all of that, and every word is a little bit like a couple of cents, and it just stacks very quickly. So we had to limit ourselves, sadly. But we would have written so much if money was not a thing, if capitalism wasn't a thing, sadly. Oh well, it is what it is, isn't it?
I mean, it's still I think it's an extraordinarily dense lore book, and I mean that in the most positive way.
Yep. We also try to have like our new pictures, new images. Like in the extended lore book, you even have like a live Scully or Theo.
So yeah, like going on that, getting to see Scully's actual human form was really heckin' cool. And you actually get to see Theo. You get to see Theo.
Yeah, and like a little bit more in detail of Tia's family now. You will be able to purchase, to buy the lore book later in a Kickstarter. We will have a new one, but I can talk about it later.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, then I guess the next slide, right? The expectations. Yep. Okay.
So we have this one. And you mentioned like expectation examples. For example, the eyelids on even just Archie and Jade, 2 humanoid characters, but in just their face shape alone and their expressions alone, you can already tell there's a world of difference.
Yep. So, like, I was thinking how, like, if you look at someone, you're already starting to judge them, to tell, like, to assign a personality to them. For example, just like the most popular example, the resting bitch face.
I was gonna say that with Jade. I was literally gonna say those exact words.
Yeah, but but how do you decide that it is a resting bitch face? Basically, what are the traits which define that? And I was thinking, okay, we didn't want to make it too cartoony simply because of the serious moments of the story. So it had to be possible to still stay serious, but it also had to be goofy. But I wanted to exaggerate all those traits in different ways, which is basically by, for example, here the eyelids. They look conceited. Like, for example, Archie. Archie looks like a conceited little brat, right? Like a rich guy who's like looking down upon you.
He's got that little cat face, like the small upturned lips.
Mm-hmm. The eyes which are like, yeah, I'm looking down, just like relax. But he gets very easily excited, and then he just rips open his eyes, and it's like then the lid space gets smaller, and then just looks less conceited as well. If the eyelid would be like in a different way, it just wouldn't work this way, the same way. For example, that or
I just have to say, you using the phrase "ripped open his eyes." I absolutely love that.
Oh no! Yeah, it was probably a literal translation. How is it then? Just widens his eye?
Yeah, no. Okay. I'm not using his eyes widens anymore. I'm using rips open his eyes.
God damn it! Okay. We love German.
There we go.
And yeah. Wait, so, yeah. Yes, and Jade, for example, yeah, she just is a cool person, right? Like, she's resting bitch face, she's cool. Because of the high eyelid, she just also again looks very relaxed. But if she gets angry, then the lid space again gets smaller, and she just looks very more intense. Mm-hmm. And yeah, that's just like a small thing that I don't know if many people think about the eyelids when designing characters. But I was thinking about that. Like, I think none of the other characters have this much of a lid space except for those two. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think so. We can later see the other characters, but yeah. Or for example, Clay's big blue eyes. Like, we know Clay. Clay is very emotional. He's very like a sweetheart. He's very innocent. He's very sincere. And later on, if you know what happens, his emotions are just very raw. Like, they're very simple and very straight to the point. And with those big blue eyes, which you often say to, for example, children, they're just very simple, very straight to the point. Exactly, yeah. And so, yeah, he's basically having like those children-like eyes, just communicating those emotions the same way. And
it kind of reminds me of like specifically this side by side. It reminds me of like the Mr. Incredible, like those who don't know, those who know.
Oh, yes, it is. I didn't even think about that, but yeah, I just wanted to show the two extremes, if you know. But yeah, like, I think if it would be, for example, like brown eyes, it just wouldn't be the same way. And I think it's also the only blue thing on him. It's it's contrasting the orange of his tie and sword. Mm-hmm. So it's just popping like out of his face and everything. It's just very communicative, I think. It just like small decisions.
I just want to take this 2-frame image and just I want to make like a little meme and just like have it say like, "You're my best friend, Clay. Those who know what happens in Tavern Talk. Those who don't know."
Poor guy. You will have to deal with a little bit of guilt now.
This man goes through. Look. I put these characters through the ringer. Yep. I'm numb to it. I say as I reach for another tissue.
Yeah, I remember the comic, right?
Mm-hmm. God.
It was like, yeah, I didn't know that before as well, and I read the text and was like, God damn you writers, I have to draw this now.
It's so good.
Yeah, okay.
This is another really good example, honestly.
Of what?
Of like nailing that non-binary look. Because it is for me at least, it is for somebody who is binary. Like it's hard to, for me, nail down what a non-binary look is. other than like it looks a little bit masculine and a little bit feminine. But at least in my experience, at least, and this is again just my own personal experience, I feel like a lot of people that get it wrong seem to lean more feminine, like too much into the feminine side. But like the balance that you struck in Fable's design to keep them that hard line they them, it was very well executed.
Thanks. I mean, I'm also not binary, but like I said already before, people are judgmental. Like people are judging constantly. It's not even like bad. I'm gonna say people just know things and compare them to other things. For example, that's why people say all Asians look the same, because they just simply don't have enough of knowledge about Asian people, and they're just comparing it to the, I'm gonna say oftentimes, white people that they know, and they don't have, I'm gonna say the information to just compare it to other Asians, for example, just to see the differences. And like people
the actual subtle differences just between humans as humans.
Yeah, and if they would like just meet a lot more Asian people, they would just see also more of the difference, because their library of those faces are growing. And for example, here I'm just like thinking, okay, what are the conventionally feminine traits? For example, the long hair, that they're small and petite, the flower imagery, but also the more masculine traits being, for example, the hooked nose, or the eyebrows, the thick eyebrows, or also the with the shoulder pads, the shoulders look a little bit more broad than usual, and they're pretty not curvy, straight, lean. I guess lean. Like, I was just trying to have a couple of different traits mixed in, and if you just have to know what traits just elicit a certain response or imagery or expectation in people, and you have to handle this. You have to work with that, and it's not even bad that people have expectations of certain things. You just like, it's not even malicious. Usually, it's just like what you're used to, and if you work with that, then you can just like either subvert it or just play right into this.
Exactly. No, y'all did a very good job. Also, I love that we see full body Fable in this.
I mean, yeah, it's I think it was from some Twitter, like one of the Twitter images from like a year ago, when we got like 300 followers or something. I think there's a Kyle on the other side, but I cut him out. I'm sorry.
No worries. We have plenty more art to go through for sure.
Oh yeah. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. It's a little bit jumpy because I was cutting out so much information. I was,
of course,
explaining a ton about clothing and cultural and everything, and just shape language. We love shape language and character design.
So fun fact, I did not read through this presentation beforehand, so all of these are like, all this information is like new to me, so I'm also reading through it, and I'm like, huh, I didn't actually pay attention to the shape language, but I mean, now that you pointed out,
I'm honest, I also didn't pay that much attention to it. It just feels right. The way I'm designing characters, I'm just usually just going, okay, it feels right. But sometimes I can't even really explain why. And then I'm afterwards trying to analyze it, and okay, that makes sense, because if you do it like immediately with, like, if you think about it immediately, it's just often way quicker to get to the same result. So I just try to improve this way all the time. But like, sometimes you just gotta trust your gut feeling that something feels more right than another thing. For example, here with Jade, I like the one thing I did intentionally was the hair spikes, the hair sticking out. I wanted to kind of hint onto those. There are those firefish or something which are toxic if you touch them.
Oh, like the lionfish?
I don't know. Are they called like they're striped white and red, and they're kind of spiky?
I think those are lionfish.
Okay.
I think because I'm like 90% sure.
Yeah, because they're like kind of spiky, kind of dangerous, just like as Jade is, right? So yeah, but yeah, let's work off the slide. Body shape and dress adventures. Okay, first of all, I just wanted to have a little bit more of an unconventional body type for a female character, being broad shoulders and narrow hips. You don't see an inverted triangle in character designs that often for female characters. I don't know if you guys know what a body shape is, but if you look at people just have different body shapes. For example, they're either an hourglass or maybe a triangle, inverted triangle, a pear, apple, all of that. And depending on the body type, you oftentimes can dress in a certain way to dress advantageously, which is oftentimes make the waist a little bit smaller and just look more proportionate, kind of like an hourglass usually. Yeah, so because she has this body type, I try to kind of make it more like a hourglass. Being, she has a coat which balances out her broad shoulders. Easy as that. Yeah, and then she has a lot of triangles because she is intimidating, even if she's like, I think someone wrote in the chat like 4'9". Yeah, and then she's short, but she will still kick your butt.
Yeah.
She will definitely kick your butt, or she will pierce you with her spear. And yeah, she has a lot of squares because even though she acts very like aloof or just that she doesn't care about anything except for money, she still does care, and she is still very dependable even if you don't pay her money. So yeah. Spiky triangle. Yeah. Okay. Yes.
Oh, here we go.
Here we go. Boy. I wanted to. Okay. So first of all, he's a trans man, right?
Yes.
I wanted to present a bit of a different trans man than the usual. Okay, it just looks exactly like a man. I wanted to show a more conventionally female body because that's just like the reality of many trans men. And this is a pear body, which means they have like he has a wider hips and more narrow shoulders, which is kind of the opposite of what a conventional male body is, which is broad shoulders and narrow hips.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to take this as a challenge to dress him in a way that he looks still very much like the way he wants to look, right? Like more masculine. Mm-hmm. Okay, so how to start? Okay. Let's start. I'm just like also very into fashion because I have an apple-shaped body, which is also kind of the opposite of the conventionally most attractive hourglass shape. So I had to research a lot of fashion, how to dress and all that. So how did he dress? Yeah, how did he dress? If there's a lot of detail, this area just also looks the widest, the biggest. So he has the most detail on his shoulders. They're also like arrows pointing outwards, which means they also just generally look more wider. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like it just adds also more, not quite mass, but like more.
It's like the illusion of like because the angles are pointing outwards, your brain is like it makes it seem wider than it actually is. Mm-hmm.
Yes, like people, like you can hide basically arrows in your clothing and then it just guides your eye. You have to think about vertical lines, horizontal lines, and basically those arrows. Then he has this wide shirt, which kind of, if you would have a tight top, you would just see the difference between his smaller upper body and his wider hips more. So he has basically a bigger upper body, which makes his hips not look as wide. Then he also has those decorations on his hips. Yeah. I love fashion.
It makes it look a lot more like squared than like curved in because of the...
Exactly.
Oh my God.
Listen, fashion is magic. I'm giving you guys all fashion advice. Then, yes, the hip thingy, the hip decoration. If you have asymmetry on a certain part, it just also kind of lets the eye skip. It just kind of distracts the eye from just looking down. So it also oftentimes looks a bit more slimmer. What else is there? Deep. Ah, yes, his wide open shirt. It just also is a kind of an arrow which kind of lets your eye slide down and skip the next area, kind of. Mm-hmm. What else is there? Ah, yes, he has a white shirt and black pants. We all know black slims you down, right? And he also wants to look taller.
Widen you up, so it kind of evens it out.
Mm-hmm. Yes, the hip thingy also is like kind of mirrored in his horn chain thingy. It's just like to balance stuff out, right? He probably knows about fashion, right? He does look like he knows fashion.
Oh, absolutely. I just love that my man actually has like a pants chain, like trip pants kind of. That is like
I think
legitimately one of
so.
my favorite fashion things. I love like pant chains.
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool. I'm just not almost never wearing pants to do this. What else is there? I think I had something else. Yes. Oh, we had a discussion about it. What type of shoes he would have? If he would have boots, or if he would have like bootlets, or just like here. I decided for the normal shoes because if you have like he's short too. Like I think he's 152 or something, which is also like barely 5 feet. He wants to be taller too, right? He wants to have his legs look way longer. That's why if you would have like other different color shoes, his legs would just look very short. That's why he has like completely black bottom part of his body.
So it all
And
just
if
kind
you
of
would have
flows together.
Yep, so it just looks like a long straight black line. And if you would have had like boots, I think his legs would just look very short. And I had a discussion about that with other people. I was like, I want him to have the shoes. And then they just never discussed it again. So it stayed this way.
If nobody
also,
tells me no, then
yeah, sometimes it just is this way, right? Like I know what I'm doing, oftentimes. And yet, then just like also the K-pop imagery of the chains and rings and all that. I just looked at
the flowing
Google
shirt,
K-pop
like
guy. Yep.
this is absolutely like a shirt that like you would see in a K-pop video,
Yep.
and like the wind's blowing in front of him, so it's like billowing behind.
Yep. Also like the
Straight up
hairstyle. It was just,
Saranghayo.
yep. I was just okay. I want to do a K-pop bot. Why not? One day I was just like doodling a shit ton of characters, and one of them was a K-pop bard. He looked way different than Void does now. He was very ripped. He was red. He had white hair.
Oh,
Yeah, I
man.
changed it to Void then.
Imbario and Hyo ask, does Voy have a pocket
Mhm.
watch or a chained wallet?
What is a chain wallet?
Like it's like literally a wallet attached to like a chain that you keep like in your back pocket. Like
That's kind of cool
that's
to
actually
know.
what some of these chains in at least like early 2000 fashion or like mid 2000s fashion would be for, is they would go to like a chain wallet in the back of your in your rear pocket.
I did not
For
know that.
me, I personally had a phase that I personally also want to bring back, where in college, I had a pocket watch. I actually own pocket watches, and
Oh,
I still think they are
yeah,
like one of the coolest fashion accessories out there.
they are.
You need
They're
to
also
bring
like
those
very
back.
special. Yeah, be the change you want to see, right? Like I also saw on
Absolutely.
TikTok everywhere. If you want to have capes back, just start wearing capes. What are you gonna do? Take your
Oh
cape
my god,
away? No.
I have a cloak in my closet that I
See?
got from
Let's
Ren Fair.
go.
It's fall, it's cloak weather.
Exactly. Just be the change you want to see. Do I have anything else to tell about them? Oh yes. Just a small thing. I think it's only visible when in the end credit cutscene when Void changes into Iniko changes into Void. He has an arm scar because of bottom surgery. I just wanted to point it out because
Oh,
it's barely visible. Yeah.
very
Like I was
nice.
thinking that Void just would probably like to adjust his body as much as possible to what he imagines it to be. And meanwhile, for example, Grace, which is also trans, she's more content with the body she has at the point. I just wanted to point it out a little bit because when else am
That's
I supposed to point it out?
yeah. No, and I appreciate you doing so. You know the audience, that the diverse audience that we have,
Yes,
and I'm
we
sure
want to
they're all
represent.
very happy. I am.
Yeah, like I don't have it in this presentation right now, but for example, yeah, I'm plus size. And one time in the dialogue, it's just there was told, okay, we met Una and Iniko arm wrestling, and I kind of stopped there, and I don't know. I first didn't know why, but like then I realized, how often do you see in media two plus size people actually interact? Because usually there's just maybe one, the token fat guy, basically. But like having two plus size people interact is just very rare because it just doesn't happen that often. And I'm very happy that we managed to have such a big cast to be able to represent so many people. Yeah, just wanted to say this.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, now, Kellen, yeah? The one you like.
I am resisting the urge to bark. The
Oh,
floor
no.
is yours.
Okay. Oh, you will be happy that you will have like one more slide.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm ready.
So we know Kellen. Oh, you're ready. Okay, so Kellen, she is strong, right? She is strong and she wants to be strong. She wants to be like basically a folk hero. That means she has to be big, she has to be reliable, she has to be also a little bit dangerous. So the coat just makes her even more square. If you see the body like next to it, like she looks way more bigger with the coat. I think she got the coat from like one of her uncles. I'm not sure. I think it was Uncle Fyodor. I'm not quite sure. So she just looks, she's basically just like a wall. When I drew the backsides of those characters, out of just because I would see, I had Kellen's back, and then I put Fable's backside next to it, and I just could put two Fables like behind her. Like she's basically two Fables.
I mean, Carolyn does call Fable like a twig.
Yeah, like Fable is 162. I don't know all those American. Hold on, let me just pull up feet to centimeters.
I mean, honestly, feel free to stick with metric. Americans should. That's my opinion.
Wait, but there has to be some. What's
Look, I've made the switch to Celsius, y'all. Y'all can work in centimeters.
Okay. That's true. But still, wait. This where is 162? Is
162 is like 5 foot and a half almost.
Yeah. 5 foot and a half, really? Not 5'4"?
It's like
the list says it's 5'4".
Oh yeah, 5'4", 5. Because like for me mentally, it's like 30 centimeters is a foot.
Yeah, it is kind of that. Yeah. Okay, and Carolyn is 227, which means she is
over 7.
7'5". She's 7'5". So yeah, I think she's fair to say that Fable is a twig.
So 7 foot Carolyn. When do we get to see Carolyn in like a baseball jersey slamming hoops?
I don't know. I did hear someone asking
Sorry,
for
basketball.
A
that one. I'm terrible at sports.
Same. I know I've been watched baseball, basketball. I'm not really doing that. Wait, what was it? Kellen? No. Height? No. I forgot. It's fine. It probably wasn't important. Okay. I know. Okay, I have it. Someone asked for a life-size Kellen plush.
Oh my god. Oh my god. How much would it cost? It's me. It's me. I'm the one.
I did low-key look into how much would like paper stand cost, like those.
Oh, like a cardboard cutout.
Yes.
Oh my god. A 7 foot tall that would go hard in like a booth. Honestly, that would catch some eyes.
Yeah. Would it be a lot? I think oftentimes it's just also limited to like 2 meters or something.
No, it would not be a lot. It would be perfect.
It would be amazing. Who's gonna stop? No one's gonna say no to the calendar, right?
You just have the cardboard cutout like reach down to like the 5 foot or so area, so like she's head patting whoever's underneath.
Oh yes, she's sitting on the floor.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Oh my god, yes. Look at that. We got ideas.
So
I'm ready for it.
Yep, I'm also having. Listen, I have to
just send a copy to me.
Money, right? Yes.
My wife will be like, what are you gonna do with a 7 foot tall cardboard cutout of a wolf girl?
Don't question it. Don't question it. Just put it there. Oh, okay. But yeah, she big. The coat makes her bigger. Square. We love squares. Squares mean that she's reliable. And then she has like a hair which is basically like a lion mane. I think someone even thought first that she was a lion. She's not. She just looks like a lion because she's kind of noble. She has like her morals, and she also is just strong like a lion, right? Like she's authoritative. She's gonna tell you sit down, screw you. Like you're gonna tell me no, good luck. Yeah, she then also has a lot of vertical lines which make her taller. She has some horizontal lines to make it look broader, and then a couple of like arrows which point down to make it again look taller and all that. Yeah, and she has spikes because she's dangerous, similar to Jade.
Yeah, with like the fluffiness of the shoulder pads and of course the hair and everything.
Yep, she's just very spiky. Yeah, and then to the people who don't know, I'm not only German, I'm actually like of Russian descent, so I know a lot of about Russian folklore and all that because I just grew up with it. Like I watched a ton of Soviet animation, all that. And when I was told, okay, draw basically a wolf barbarian or something, I was thinking, what if not a Viking, which is like the usual thing people do? What if we do Eastern European? Totally not self-indulgent because I think it's pretty. Like here you see, for example, a sarafan. which is like a traditional Russian dress. I mean, it might be also in other like Slavic cultures, countries. I just am not as informed about those because I usually just know about Russian stuff. And I just kind of adapted it to the clothing she has right now. As you see,
I can
the
definitely
middle
see
part,
that, especially with the 3-tiered red, orange, red with like that first dress, but then
yes,
like
red is very often there.
Oh man.
Yeah, and like basically she's just missing the white top. I did think about adding that, but I know I was like, but what if muscles? I had to remove them.
I will admit, I like the muscle idea. Good
Yeah.
call.
You gotta show something off, right? And also it gives opportunity to show off her scars because she is a little bit careless,
like battle hardened, essentially.
Battle hardened. I also just like to say careless because Carolyn. She kind of uses her body and doesn't really pay attention to it, just like many Russians do, to be honest. Like so many Slavic people just don't go to the doctor because I don't know, they just don't want to. I'm totally not speaking out of experience.
Boy, if that ain't me. AKL, you have health insurance.
Well,
yeah, but my mom raised me of you go to the doctor when you're dying. Everything else you just sit at home for and you tough it out.
Yeah, like I don't even have to because everyone in Germany has health insurance. I'm just like, I'm just lazy to go to the doctor.
Also, boy, if that ain't true.
Yeah, oopsie. It's not a good trait. Please go to the doctor if you need to. Don't sit it out too long. What else? Yes, and also the decorations. Like a lot of folklore clothing has a lot of decorations because people had only a few clothing and they put effort into the clothing they had, especially if it's like celebratory stuff. So she has a lot of decorations, a lot of embroidery. I wanted to cosplay her. Then I tried to embroider something, and I was like, "Oh god damn it! It takes so long. All the material is still lying around in the boxes." Oops.
My wife has done some embroidery as well. And whenever I think of embroidery, I think of the hand embroidered white mage hood that I unfortunately lost during one convention. But that took, I don't know how long, but it took her a long time to do. I don't remember if Ever's done any embroidering since then, but it was definitely an effort, like watching her do it.
I mean, there are machines for that, but I'm like, I'm not buying a machine. It's probably costing like an arm and a leg. But I will figure out how to do this. I still kind of want to do her cosplay. I have all of the material. I just have to sit down and do it. But the Hex cosplay was enough for me. I forgot to erase some of the German there. I'm sorry for the German jump scare. Anyway,
it's fine. I figured that was part of just your thing. That's just how it is.
I just forgot to delete it. Oopsie. As I said, it was late. Okay.
It was late. You're good.
Wait, I can talk about a family a little bit more because, like in Slavic cultures, family is very important. It's just like a basic cultural value. I'm gonna say, like in Western world, you say, yeah, there's way more. Individualism is way stronger, but like at least also in my family, it's also family over everything basically. And her family is important to her, right? Like she pretends not to care about Uncle Dragan and all that, but she still does, even though she's like, I don't care what. And it's just also like presented through this culture, I would say. Also, she's hardened like a babushka. If you saw the meme with like several American soldiers trying to lift up a tree or something, and then there was a babushka with the thing under her shoulder, she's basically that babushka. Yeah, she's just very strong from the village, right? Like she would fight a bear and win. And also something like I forgot. Thought about it. I think it was because I looked at her neck. As weird as it is, there's she's kind of like a bogatyr. It's a folk hero in Russian, probably also different Slavic cultures. And she did become a folk hero, right? Like she defeated Quasar. She was the one who struck him down. It was like there's a cartoon movie where the people have like very thick necks, and I was like, that's kind of fun character design. I'm gonna put it in this, and yeah, that's Sometimes if I explain the stuff, what I thought about when designing it, if I thought about it, it's just so silly. But if it works, right?
Exactly. And I mean, inspiration can literally come from
Yep,
any place,
from
and
everywhere.
it shows. And it's always neat to like
Yeah.
kind of go back and just think about what were you thinking when designing these characters.
If I remember. Also, her
Exactly.
crown thing is not a crown; it's a kokoshnik. It's some kind of headband.
Like that.
Yeah, it's not like real crown. It's a decoration, like hair accessory. Yeah, just a small one. Some people still wear it nowadays. It like in such a small way, like she does right now. I want to
You
make
know what's
myself.
funny? I mean, obviously, as you know, I played this game like now officially at least 3 times over, like on stream and personally and
Holy
whatnot.
shit.
I haven't actually paid attention to her hair accessory.
What? How dare
Real
you?
talk, I've kind of just glazed over. It's because I've been busy looking at her mlem. I've been looking at her blep and her strong arms.
Oh yeah. Okay, the lamb was also a fun thing. I was thinking because she looks like a wolf. What do wolves do? Like typical wolf things. Because I don't want her to just be a human in a fursuit. She did do the lamb thing because if they're like nervous and stuff. So that's why she got them lamb. Oh, also she has earrings because somehow I tried to make her also look Eastern European because somehow Eastern European people still have a own look to it, and also almost all of them have some kind of earrings for whatever reason. That's why she has the earring there. Yeah.
It's a good little touch and like an extra little touch to add some more red to the upper area of her face.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. She could have gotten a blue eye, by the way. Like one of the iterations.
I kind of like the red and like the gold from the blinded one just fitting in with that color scheme. It's just a really good like tie-in.
Yeah, and it also just differentiates it more from the white of the blind eye.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, I think I have the button. Okay, now, Jesus, I think. Oh God, it will take a while. Okay.
If you feel like you need to briefly go over some slides, feel free to. It is up to you.
Yeah, it is. Oh shoot, it's already 3 a.m. 3:30. Oh.
It is 1 hour into stream. We're almost in our first ad break. We'll pull a couple of names during the ad break.
Okay. I will try to go quickly here. Yeah, if you think about it, if you talk about like people are judgmental, again, clothing also has meaning. If you think about dungarees, it's like kind of like a farm person, or if it's a doctor's coat, it's just like, a sophisticated doctor or something. Yeah, Una is an artificer, and she's retired, so that's why she has the Hawaii shirt. Actually, like generally, people were like, I want her to have a Hawaii shirt. I was like, okay, there you go. Flowers don't make sense because she's a fish. Let's make jellyfish. Bam. She has the necklace with big pearls.
I would honestly wear that shirt. I would rock that jellyfish Hawaiian shirt.
Okay, now we just need to find a manufacturer for that.
Yep.
Then
merch.
Listen, we have so much merch here. We just need money. Oh, that's a problem. Capitalism. Oh well. Necklace with big pearls. If you look at grandmas, many grandmas have just like giant pearl necklaces. Yeah, she's a grandma, right? But at the same time, one of the interns once pointed out butterfly locks, and I thought it was really pretty. And I read that it's kind of youthful, and she is pretty youthful at her core. She's still very energetic. That's why she got. I hope that they kind of managed to display those butterfly locks.
Is the butterfly locks? Is that what the hairstyle is called?
I think so. It's basically like a black hairstyle. And I hope I managed to kind of make it here. It's kind of difficult to do with.
I love that style on her. Honestly, I didn't realize until you mentioned it that like it gives more of a youthful vibe. But yeah, no, it very much does.
I also forgot that she has shaved sides on her head until cosplay was like, I'm trying to combine a bald wig with a bald cap with a wig, and I was like, who the heck is bald? Oh, Una, I forgot. Oh, just like small things, I forget myself. And yeah, she has welding goggles and the fancy prosthetic arm. Like, she's still an artificer. Even if she's saying, yeah, I'm retired, she's not. She's still working. Like, she barely will rest. She will still do stuff. I don't think, like, she has a little bit of bumblebees in her butt, as Germans say.
Absolutely. We're gonna take a quick little ad break before we talk about our edgelord. Sorry to keep you on your seat, Devin. Anyway, back to the thing that I said, like, no, I'm gonna keep this for myself. No, and then I saw it, This is so these were the character designs that you mentioned earlier. Okay, I'm sure everybody's gonna gravitate to like different ones, but number 3,
yeah. Okay. So the project was customer service in hell. It was called Welcome to Hellies. Yeah. The second one was Lust. The third one was Lust.
I love them so much. Oh my god, my eyes immediately locked on. So I'm guessing. So obviously the bird one is sloth.
No. The bird one is greed.
Or greed, yeah. So we have lust.
Grabby hands.
The naga is vanity.
Is vanity a death sin? Like one of the 7 major sins?
Yeah, vanity is one of them.
I think wait,
or
vanity.
I guess pride is also what it is.
I think I took envy for them. They're even. I think we said they're non-binary. I think I said that they're envy. I'm not sure. It was 5th semester. It's already like 2-3 years ago. I don't remember.
Which one is the service worker?
Oh, the service worker is a firstborn, basically. They're like she's not quite a slave, but like kind of a slave, a customer service slave to Envy, because they traded her, the firstborn, like the parents traded their firstborn child for some money. And that's like Envy, and they took the firstborn in, and you're playing basically as that firstborn SMC, and you're just trying to do the customer service, and you're probably not getting out because customer service is kind of a prison. And
yeah.
Then you just have,
I mean, I'm just looking at that expression. I'm just like, oh my god, if that is, bro, if that wasn't me when I was working in a grocery store.
Yeah, she's just done being like, yeah, sure. Another overlord, sin overlord, being like, yeah, they want me. I don't care. Like, they're just pushing me around. So yeah, it was just a semester project in 5th semester, I think. Oh, I think it is on itch.io, but like it's barely playable because we did not have a programmer. We had like 2 artists with determination to try and program at least something so it at least open.
I mean, now that you have experience with Tavern Talk, you could always try bringing it back.
I mean, I don't know. I would have to ask the other people because it was in university and I'm like in a studio, right? Like in a company. I don't know if it would work that way. Yeah. I mean, you have the pictures. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and to answer Kalava's question, yeah, I locked onto the bunny. That was my.
A lot of people are locking onto the bunny. I mean, I guess lust works, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but back to the topic we're supposed to talk. Tavern Talk, huh?
Back to our lovable rogue.
Yeah, our rogue, the totally not edgy rogue, right? I mean, I
love how around the office, like people just don't refer to him as like any of his names. It's just rogue.
Yeah, screw this. Yeah, screw all of his names. I'm like. Either redacted or rogue. Also, just to not accidentally spoil his real name, because we like, if we would start referring him to like with his real name Neil, we would accidentally spoil so many people. We did even accidentally say his name in front of other people, but luckily they didn't notice.
They didn't like pay attention. It's kind of why like in all of my like casting documents that I had, I specifically just called him Zephyr.
Yeah,
because I'm like that's the first name, so what, we're just gonna have that one for casting purposes, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, I mean, redacted rogue, Zephyr, whatever, like man of many names, right? And yeah, basically his thing is he basically rated a hot topic. I found as many edgy things I could find: a fishnet glove, the tattoos. He has a tramp stamp. He has a dyed hair.
Wait, he has a tramp stamp?
You didn't know?
Wait, what?
Hold on.
No, I didn't actually.
Wait.
Excuse, yo?
Oh no, he did not know. Okay, I will need a little bit to find it. Hold on.
Oh, let's go.
Oh really? But yes, he has a tramp stamp.
That is. I did not see it. I'm sorry.
Well, he went. I think he went up to the board twice.
Oh my god! You're right. He did. Oh my god, Devin, why didn't you point that out in the dub? that was ready to.
It was a character design. Like I did this, and then like my coworker was like, "But what if tramp stamp?"
Oh my god, he
Those-
would though too. Oh, they would.
It was
Bless.
This character design decision amused me way too much. Wait, 1 second, I will find it in a second. Wait. It was a decision of all times.
I love this decision of all time. But no, like the tribal tattoos on the arms too are like really cool. And then again,
Yeah.
like you mentioned, like even just looking at his at his sprite specifically, like the asymmetry of the buckles going down diagonally, the armband on one hand where it being bare on the other, the longer glove on one hand versus the fishnet glove on the other.
Edgelord, what can you say, right?
It is extremely edgelord, and I love every single minute of it.
I sent you a screenshot of the tramp stamp.
Oh my god, I wanted. Oh my god. There it is, baby. Right? It's just, I like how it just full on zoomed in, high definition, enhance.
Enhance under the tramp stamp.
There we go.
I mean, those tattoos are like also from the 2000s, aren't they? Like those one-time tattoos, which are like what you can wash off, because it's like also a memory of mine, which is like very old, from like 2005 or something, and very edgy. I also did not know what tattoos to give to them, and I was like, okay, fine, this works. Let's go. I first tried to do some clouds or something under them, but it just wasn't edgy enough. It just looked too soft, right? Like it's not giving Neil. That's so Devon coded. It was a grandiose idea of my coworker.
I love it. I love it so much.
But yeah. Okay, the next thing, what's it? Personality on clothing. Yes. If you think about people have different clothing, right? Like even if they have the same type of clothing. I had a discussion about it like yesterday with about Fire Emblem characters. Fire Emblem Three Houses. Everyone has a uniform. They look basically the same, but they still have small differences, which make the character feel distinct and just like they express their personality through that. And yeah, like for example, Rhea is a blacksmith. She's very practical. She just has a black shirt and pants. That's it. Like and boots. She's not very fancy. What's the music in the background? Oh, it's Neil's theme, I think. No, it's not Neil's. Is it Neil's? I think it's Neil's. Maybe. Okay.
Let me check. It is Swamp Groove.
Okay, then it's Spire. I forgot. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, then Rhea, yes, she's very practical, but she likes jewelry and blacksmithery because that's just like her thing. So the only things which are actually decorated are like her armor, and I think even her shovel a little bit. And she has a lot of jewelry on. Like she has rings, she has the necklace, she has a gem on her on the backside of her head. And meanwhile, we have Kyle, our senile vampire, and he's just fancy, right? Like I was told, make a fancy vampire. Okay, bed. There you go. He's very prim proper. His clothing will probably rip once he moves a little bit too much. He likes to shop. He dresses well, and he also has no survival instinct. He's basically the opposite of Rhea, right? Like Rhea is the tough nut, and Kyle is just
the
a fragile
prim and
thing,
proper.
which is actually not. Yeah, it's
no.
like
I like how he says no survival instinct.
I don't listen. He forgets that he is not supposed to go into the sun. I don't know how he survived this long.
I'm surprised he doesn't have to be told to manually breathe.
Yeah, sometimes. I wonder if it will happen if he lives too long. On the other hand, does he have to breathe? Probably not, right? Like he's already
also true.
I don't know. But yeah, I think if you continue, then I think next slide, please.
Mm-hmm.
It's still about Rhea and Kyle then, though. Yeah, like so. Oftentimes you also have duos, and they have to be kind of like matching, right? I have like a couple of slides about the Hex siblings because of course I have. They're my favorites, and I love them so much. But I will yap about them later. And like they have a small hidden thing here. They both have the gem thingy on the chest, right, on the neck. Rhea has the like Kyle has the red one, which is red like Rhea's hair color, and it's very simple. It's just like a red gem. Meanwhile, Rhea has the green one, which is also like embroidered in gold and kind of more fancy. And Kyle later on has the green cape, right? Like he becomes green yellowish, and just like her affection, like her affection grew for him over time, and he changed later also. And like once he changed, she kind of like grew attached to him already. And like those gems just match each other. And I don't think anyone noticed, but like there's a small thing. To be honest, I didn't intentionally did this. It just worked out and was like, okay, it works. Now I have to point it out. That's just character design sometimes.
So okay. Yeah. So does that mean my own like headcanon, like do Rhea and Kyle become a couple? Are they an item? Are they a thing? Can I ship them?
I'm not sure, to be honest, but like personally, myself, I do also headcanon them to be a couple, but I don't think there's an official statement about it yet. I forgot to ask. I will have to ask
because I also know that like Kyle still harbors feelings for his ex-wife.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know what? Kyle has two hands.
That too, but maybe it's just like, you know, like platonic, that okay, he still has like he probably lived with her for a while, he still has a little bit of affection, even if it's not maybe romantic or something, right? Like who knows? True. Maybe who knows, right? Like just getting like still on friendly terms with the ex, you know.
Valid. Kyle's a sweetheart. I love
Kyle is, yeah, dumb and sweet, very, very smooth brain, very pretty.
It's really interesting how like you in a way you coded two types of himbos into this game. You have like the Kyle himbo, and then you have Clay himbo.
We just love himbos, right? We love them.
They're both so valid and like notably different too.
True. I mean, I think almost all of the characters are very differently written, and the narrative people did an amazing job with the characterization. All like I only pitched a couple of the characters. The rest of them I was pitched, like they pitched it to me, and I tried to figure out how to design them. So most of the characters are like on them. I just give them their mortal shell, basically, or immortal shell in Kyle's case.
Very true.
Yeah. Oh yes, okay. If you notice something, this is not my style, right? For two characters, Alethea and Melly, an intern, like helped with the design. She basically decided on the colors and like pointed, like made the main design. I just later translated it into the character, into the game's art style. Like I drew all of the characters just so it's all cohesive. And I gave her a basic sketch. As you see, this is a Myro sketch. Like we work on Myro. Myro is a brainstorming tool. I sketched it very roughly and was like, okay, I don't know if I should say her name. I'm not sure if she wants it to say it, but like, here's the sketch, do your thing. And she did the thing. And then I translated the thing into another thing.
I love that girl boss and gatekeep is one of the notes. Yeah, I'm very happy.
A lot of the notes are this way, just so you know. Okay, so talk about because with the character designs, if I show you an item, you will probably be able to point it to the character who it belongs to. And some of the characters also have very strong traits. For example, with Alethea, she's a dragon seraph, she's a hero, she's a cleric. The hair, obviously, like if you look at her, the first thing you notice is the hair. It's big, it's fluffy. She also, like, again, looks a little bit like a lion, because
like
lions
it looks kind of like at least for me, like the first thing that I think of, in addition with the headband, it looks kind of like a sun goddess. Like it looks like a sun, like fire.
Because she's like the star, right? Like she's the main character, kind of. The star, like the head thing is supposed to be some kind of sun or star themed thing. Also, Cassiopeia is the astral dragon, which means stars and all that, which also again fits into this astral star theme of her. The hair accessory is very memorable. Like if you look at the hair accessory, you immediately think, okay, that's Tia. She has the proper armor. We did not want to have the bikini armor because, right, like we have enough of that already. And if you look at her face, her defining features are like the eyelashes. She's the only one who has like really blonde eyelashes and like big ones. She has the dragon scales. She has the golden lipstick and the dragon eyes. That's like her traits, which are like important for her to recognize her. If you click one more, like the next slide, then we can talk about like the less memorable traits, which you can basically leave out, and it will be still the same character, and you won't miss it. So often I forgot to draw the cape. because you just don't think about it. It's not really necessary because the hair covers it anyway. But like there is a cape, like but you could keep it away. But it's a little bit to the flavor. She has the bottles, the cleric bottles on her belt. For the longest time, I just also did not bother to define them because you never saw them anyway, and you did not need it in the end credit cutscene. Am I right?
That's why you did what you did. You just didn't want to draw her design in the credits. Understandable.
It's totally not on the narrative, people. I was about to punch him. No, I wasn't about to punch him. I was like, God damn it, how dare you? Also because of Grace, but yeah, screw them, screw them affectionately. Yeah, and also the shoe shape, like you don't see her shoes, so whatever her shoes are, you just don't really pay attention to it. Like for all character designs, all the action is basically on the top half, just like VTubers and PNG tubers, because you just don't look at the legs. They're sitting at a bar. Like that's just general for all characters. That the most detail is in the top part.
Absolutely. Yeah. I do like the note of I think you actually said this off stream when we were in post finale, but the character trait of that Steele mentioned of when she sits down, everyone else suddenly sits more straight. And it's really interesting that like you look at her and it really is like that. Like if you see her sit down, like you immediately just have this urge to like prop yourself back up to look a little bit more presentable.
Yep. I think she's also one of the few, I think she might be one of the few characters who like, I think she's very symmetrical design wise. Like apart from the bottles, like she's very symmetrical. She's very lawful good, right? Like she knows what she's doing. She has like set her mind to be a hero. She's not as let's say chaotic as Iniko or Hex, which have like a way more asymmetrical design, right? Like
she is.
I think
she is well put together. Yes. Until she is cut in half.
Until she gets an X into her chest. Yep. Don't worry about that. It's just an accessory.
It's just an accessory. You know what? If there's ever an Alithia Nendo, you're right. The axe will come with it.
That would be so cool. Oh my god. You're even more evil than I am.
I mean, look. I mean, to be fair, I did choose the specific scene to make it a little bit more knife twisty for Clay.
At least you didn't kill Grace, right? Like you could have, but you didn't.
I could have. I was admittedly thinking about it and being like, I could just go for the normal end.
You could have also killed Theo, right? Like
I could have. I very much could have, but
you were still very nice. You just hated Clay, apparently.
I wanted to be a good guy for this run for stream.
Oh, boring.
It's all right. That gives incentives for everybody to twist the knife themselves.
Yeah, make them suffer.
Exactly. You're right. Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. I think the next one is about Melly.
Yeah, let's go.
Melly, the baby. Like he is also like. I just picked those two because it also shows the difference. Because it's good if the character design also translates well in a different art style. And this was like a different art style because it's a different person, different it was the intern. She's also very good and a very good artist. So I'm not like it's just a different art style, right? And it translates well. And you can see like the traits which are memorable, which is like she's a cat, right? The cat ears, the tail, that's like her defining trait, and also the cape. And she's the child. She's the one child we have. And I don't know if people notice it, but like she has the hair clips as her whiskers.
Oh.
Okay, maybe I should put it into the other traits.
I did not know. I literally did not spot that.
But I think if you
oh my god, that's genius.
Look wrong. Thanks, I stole it from a different VTuber design. Nichi-Sanchi.
To be fair, I bet they were not the first person either.
That's true. Yeah, like who's gonna stop me, right? Like they can trademark this.
Oh my god.
But yeah, like he's if you just compare it, like it's similar. It's a little bit different still. But yeah, like if you have a couple of traits which you can really say, okay, this is her cape, then it is in all. It should work in all art styles, basically. Yeah. Yes. Just like have strong memorable traits. important for character designs.
What's interesting is the parts that actually, like, for me at least, stuck out that to me say childlike nature is the bandages around her tail and the bandage on her knee, of just like the whole, kids get into scrapes and whatnot, and just
she has to
walk it off.
herself. Yeah, she probably is just like, okay, I got a bandage. I'm putting it on. Like, she doesn't really have anyone who cares for her or beforehand, right? Like, she had to do it all herself. So yeah, she's just caring for her own wounds until she doesn't have to anymore.
Oh,
baby.
Bless.
Yes. Those are, by the way, for the Kickstarter, we had the people who supported the Kickstarter. They could choose one of those of these costumes for it to be in the game. Like AKL, you showed the fancy third one. Like we only have one costume, but you showed it in the stream too, right? If you want to be fancy. Like those are just the ones who picked. I think the second one was almost chosen as well.
I will admit, like, looking at these, if I was to put a vote in for the Kickstarter, I would have chosen 2.
Fair.
It would have been between 2 and 3 for me.
Yeah, those were the most popular ones. I think the first one, I had, I'm gonna say a topic for all of them. I think the first one was the Rogue, the second one was the Nymph, the third one was Astral, and the fourth one was Honey Biscuit, because Honey Biscuit is Fable's favorite sweet. Easy as that. I think that we have one Fable cosplayer for now, and she also already made a photo shooting in some kind of similar clothing to the second one. I made her a headband with the flowers. I will get the photo soon. I can't wait. Let's talk about the branding.
I also like the detail here of, like, because I haven't seen this anywhere else, of just she has they have a strong back. They actually do have a toned back.
Archer. Yeah, because they're an archer, right? Like they have to be strong to shoot things. Also, a coworker pointed out I kind of dressed like the second Fable, which is funny. I did not notice, but yeah, I do like dresses. I do like poofy sleeves. I do like my flower crowns, which is a bit funny, but it was unintentional. But yeah,
very Nika coded. Let's go.
Yeah, I did not intend it, but yep, I was like, God damn it, you're right. I hate to admit it. But yeah, as you see, this is all Fable, right? But they all look different, very different, but you still know that it's Fable, because I would say they have branding, basically. Fable is green with gold. They have flower themes, like the flower in their hair. They have the flower imagery on their clothing. Here. They have everywhere this thing. Yep. And just some kind of flower thing or something going on. They have some
very green toned somewheres as well.
Yep, they're all at least some kind of green. They have some kind of gold too, because they're just very yellow. Also, the skin. The skin is super yellow. Well, if you color pick it, God, it's not a skin color if you think about that. They have the hair in their face until it's not. If Neil, braids it away. The shoulders are emphasized just to have the little bit more NB masculine kind of feeling. They have a lot of spikes. Just if you think about it, even if it's not the spikes themselves, it's just in the decoration, because it's just a little bit leafy, a little bit flowery. Yeah, and they're just kind of like the main character, if you could say so. They're the first person who you meet. They have a lot of circles, squares, and triangles, and it's just very balanced because they're quite balanced character. Yeah. And yeah, it's just if you have if you build up a character just by the body very well, I would say, for example, with Genshin, this would not work because they have a very samey body type, very samey face shapes and all. If you give them widely different clothing, it just wouldn't work. But if you have a person which is by themselves, very distinct, then you can dress them in whatever you want and it will work out. Yeah. Yeah, they might have jaundice. We don't talk about it. And then just more about the the characters also have just their own items. Fable, again, a green golden head with flower. I got the head from the cosplay. It is amazing. I love it. It's my favorite head. It's so pretty.
Wait, did they give it to you?
Yeah, they made 2 heads. The first one, she said, was too small. Hold on, I'll photograph it real quick. It's just here. It's constantly on my table. Oh God, I have to show it. My table's a little bit messy.
I am excited.
Hold on.
I love that this game has captured such an audience to the point where people are making plans to like cosplay or to like, because
Listen,
that like that's what I feel is like a good marker of something that like really sticks out.
listen. The cosplays, like the first 3 cosplays, even like no, even 5. Oh, let's say the first 2, which were not like involved with the production of the game, they started doing it. Yes, it's so pretty and so well done.
Oh my God. And like the gold
they did
inlay
before the game was
here.
released. Yes, it's so good. It's my favorite head. I love it so much. And I have a hair clip with the yellow flower, and I'm like, yes, I'm Fable now. I'm cosplaying Fable.
That's so good.
Like if you wear the set, you already know that. Yeah, that's supposed to be Fable, kind of. Yeah. And then just like all of the characters have like small details, which are like I'm gonna say based on them. For example, yeah, Kyle's bad thing is because he's a vampire. The rogue has the cloud closures because
Oh
they're
yeah, the little like
kind
cloud
of windy.
swirls.
Yeah. Una is basically obviously a fish, like she's a fin folk and has like the stars a little bit imagery because she's astral fin folk, like astral water. Voy has I forgot to translate stuff. Anyway,
You're good.
Voy
You can
has
translate it raw.
exactly. Voy has like star themed jewelry because he's a star, right? Like he's the star of the show and everything. He's the moon, phantasm, a little bit nightmare-y. Iniko,
What's great is that like it's decorative without it being like too gaudy. Because like I feel like with so many accessories, it really does run that line of like when does it get to be too much? But Void doesn't hit that too much.
K-pop star, right? Am I right? Yeah, also the K-pop part had to be there. Yeah, you have Iniko with all the references. Like Cory is worm on a string, obviously with ears, just like so. It's a little bit more like a rat. The wooden pearls are kind of, I don't know if you know, there's some kind of wristband with also such eye pearls, which I think was really cool. Yeah, they have that mirror-like skin. I wanted to first make it like really mirror-like, so it's reflective, but it didn't look good. So it's cracked like a mirror because they probably got into fights all the time. The cat fingers, totally not a Steven Universe reference.
Yeah.
Because they're shapeshifter.
I was thinking about it. I am glad that that's confirmed.
I love Steven Universe. And the hair that changes color, like those glass fiber lamps from 2005 as well. They're just like a bunch of different references because Iniko is a menace, is an enigma, is out of this world kind of. It feels like they know that they're in a game. Yeah, and Scully has tacked on eyebrows because he doesn't have any more skin or hair, if you think about that.
But still, you managed to make a very expressive skeleton, and I love that.
Yeah, well, I'm surprised. The animator, like, she did such a good job with animating him. I think Scully might be like one of the most expressive characters, actually, even because even his arms move. She did such an insane job with him.
Oh yeah,
she's so good.
he's like one of the only ones where like his mustache falls off, and so you see his arms move, grab it, put it back on.
Yes. And also with the with his walking stick, like he's just sometimes whipping, like just moving it around because he's like in a good mood or whatever.
Yeah, so, or like moving it up and down, like slamming it when he's.
Yeah, like he got a little bit expressive for a skeleton. Yeah,
it's very good though.
Yeah, thanks. And then like. A thing I also like I'm also doing animation and storyboarding and all that, which for that you need to imagine the characters acting basically. And I like to think that I managed to make all the characters just act and have their own expressions, all that, according to the personalities, because every person just acts differently. Like they have different postures, behaviors, tics, facial expressions, all that. They, for example, they're very loud usually, but if they're sad, they're very quiet, or the other way around. And I also like sometimes design the faces to account for that. For example, the eyelid thing, right? Like if the eyelids wouldn't be that high, it just wouldn't hit as hard as if it would be just like a normal eyelid. And yeah, I'm just personally, I'm always thinking in movement. If I'm thinking about the characters, I'm just thinking as if they would be alive. They just wouldn't be sitting still. They would move. if they would be nervous, how would they act, how would they look like if they were surprised, all that. Just like I'm just imagining them basically in movement. And then when I have to draw something, I'm kind of thinking movement, and I'm like, okay, stop this frame. I'm drawing this frame now. Yeah, that's how I try to be. And then with face and clothing, I try to like, if you think about it, they're actually not that exaggerated, all those things. I mean, of course, a little bit, it's still stylized. But with the clothing and face decisions, I'm gonna say, it just still looks a little bit more exaggerated than it actually is. So cartoony, but actually not. Typo. Yeah, actually cartoony, but actually not feeling. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like it I feel like it takes a lot of effort to, like, again, like, straddle that line of when does cartoony become too abstract? When does it deviate from the groundedness that you still want to have? Like, essentially, how much is too much?
I later looked at the cast and was like, okay, hold on. It looks like anime, but if anime wasn't afraid of being actually diverse, kind of, with like different faces and different body types and all that, because in itself, it's kind of rendered and has the same details as, like, for example, Chainsaw Man, right? Like it is pretty grounded if you think about it. There's nothing super exaggerated. You could see, for example, a body type like Una's outside. It's just like, yeah, it's like Western cartoon, basically rendered like anime. I'm not sure. I want to someday figure out how to properly call this style. Someday maybe, not today. But yeah.
And then Devin tacks on the expressions really help with our performances, especially with how you made the rogue react without actually showing their mouth.
Oh yeah, it was fun. Like the facial expressions essentially is just the eye, the eyebrow,
and the scarf.
and the scarf. Yeah, that's about it. Like their faces is very, very simple if you think about that. Yeah. Yeah, like just to talk about more about the have their own quirks and behaviors. For example, here, simply the position, like the way they sit, is already talking about, like, showing what their personality is. For example, Fable is sitting there on the table with their shoulders hunched up and their arms close to their body because they're very scared about everything. Like, people who are scared, they're just like hunching up. They're trying to make themselves as small as possible.
Very defensive, because it's like they're like kind of like already has their arms out or arms up, kind of shielding themselves.
Yeah, just like trying to hide their chest, their neck, all that. Kind of like a turtle trying to hide into their shoulders. The rogue, for example, just, an edgelord, just like almost lying on the table, being like, "Yeah, I'm grumpy." I'm
trying to be like intimidating.
Yeah, just like, yes, I'm just like, try not to perceive me, but perceive me, and I'm actually very grumpy and very, very dangerous, but like, I'm an edgelord, as you know. And like Hex, I just imagine he's sitting on the edge of his seat all the time, constantly like fidgeting, sitting very straight.
Oh my god, Hex would absolutely have a fidget spinner.
Oh yeah, he would. He would. Like, he's
Mario, you need to get a fidget spinner.
Maybe he does have one, who knows?
if Mario already has one and uses one, I swear to God, I didn't know about it.
Delegations are not... But yeah. If you click one more time. Yeah. If you switch the characters around, it just looks wrong, right?
That's so... Oh my god, that's so off!
Looks wrong. It just looks
off!
Like, the character designs, all the same thing. It's just the positioning. It's just their poses, and you don't think about it, but positioning, the poses, all that, it just tells so much about the character.
I'm just imagining Fable, like, later on in the future, like, trying to do a Zephyr impression one day.
But yeah, there you go.
Oh my god! You know what? I'm ready. I'm ready for, like, the extra special DLC episode where Hex casts a spell and everybody's body swapped. So
it would be so funny.
Oh my god!
Just some kind of EU, right?
I'm ready for Carolyn to be in Fable's body and for, like, Iniko to be in Rhea's body.
This would be so funny. I mean, Iniko and Void, right? Like, Iniko already shapeshifted into Void once, so Iniko could shapeshift into everyone. That would be fun.
True.
Let's continue.
Honestly, Grace and Hex just swap bodies. That like just.
I did have some like I did one time switch the color palettes. It was kind of fun to see.
Oh man.
Yeah. Okay. What's that? Mannerisms example. Ah yes. The way clothing emphasizes their mannerisms. For example, Fable has those shoulder pads, right? The spiky ones. They just emphasize this the hunched up shoulders. If the shoulder pads wouldn't be there, they just would look less hunched. But this way, it looks kind of cartoony, very hunched up, but they're not actually. Yeah, Hex has a big coat for the big movements because he's moving a lot. Jade has an eyeliner to emphasize her eyes because otherwise they might like also a little bit of the makeup, emo goth girlfriend feeling, kind of, you know. Iniko has very big and simple eyes just because it's very creepy. Fun fact: Iniko was the one character who physically hurt me.
What? What? Explain.
When I'm drawing characters, like especially expressions, I just automatically mimic the faces. I can't help myself. People laughed about it already. Every time, like if I'm drawing them, for example, if they have like wide eyes, I'm opening them up as well. If they look angry, I'm just also furrowing my eyebrows and everything. With Iniko, because the eyes are so wide open, I was just constantly ripping off, like not ripping open my eyes, not again.
You were ripping open your eyes.
I was widening my eyes very widely, and it just started to hurt because it was all the time. I had to.
Oh,
you
strained your muscles?
Yes, I had to move their face out of the screen whenever I rendered them.
No.
Because of the eyes, and I couldn't help myself.
Way to go, Crash, causing chaos even before the Livedub even started.
Oh yes, Iniko transcending like, you know, fourth wall. They don't know this. They just hurt people even outside of the world. That's a fun fact. So yeah, Iniko's simple eyes, creepy. It's just like point, a smile, easy. It's just totally not creepy. And then a small thing I stole from clowns. Depending on if you draw the lipstick on the bottom or the top lip, like if you have it on the lower lip, they just automatically look a little bit more like they're smiling. And if you have it on the top lip, it looks more like a growl simply because of how the mouth is shaped, right? Like usually it's a little bit
didn't actually catch that. Huh.
But it works this way, doesn't it? It's just like a small thing I learned from clowns. And it works, right? Like
that. Yeah, oh my god, that works so well. Like even with Jade's, who is like like a bit of that resting bitch face, because the highlight is on the bottom, it doesn't seem like it's like overly angry. Yeah. It does seem a lot more neutral than it would be otherwise.
Yeah, like she's smiling a tiny little bit. Like I don't know, it's like I just try to emphasize.
This is my happy face.
Yep. I mean, her happy face, she does have like, you know, fangs and everything. Sometimes she does smile, which is a little bit cute, but like, it's just, yeah, like I was just trying to emphasize things without going cartoony, basically. Just like, yeah, without doing the obvious thing or like the easy thing, which would be I'm making things bigger or smaller. No, I'm just trying to use like makeup and stuff to make things
using a lot of like subtlety, essentially.
Yeah, like how I would basically, if I have a person in real life, how would act like if they have if they want to dress a certain way, I will just dress them up the same way as I would do it with the characters here. Yeah, that's how I was trying to act with the character designs. Yeah. Oh yeah.
I love him. I love him so much.
This is the very first sketch of Undo, by the way, from the environment artist. She was actually the one who basically came up with him. I just cleaned up the sketch and everything. So yeah, that's the birthing. That's how Undo was birthed. I also did not think I would be doing creature design, but alas, here I am. And creature design is just you have a shape.
I mean, it's just another form of character design.
Yeah, it is. I didn't. Listen, I did not think, but like I don't know why, but I'm scarily able to draw furry art. I don't know why, but it is what it is, isn't it?
Okay, so yeah. You know my persona, right?
Okay, sure.
I will. I actually might have to send you my rep sheet later and be like,
oh my God.
Hey, if you ever want to do any magic with my boy, consider this permission.
Oh, okay. I'll take note of that. But yeah, like how did the character? I just tried to have one shape basically. add some kind of legs, which are also a little bit of a shape, and then give them dumb eyes, because dumb eyes make character design peak.
Oh, that's so good.
That's how I did the creatures. Accepting commissions. I have a waiting list already. I'm sorry.
I just love this sketch right here.
Yeah,
so
it's
much
feral energy. She kept like the environment artist. She just captured this energy amazingly. Yeah.
It's the Tavern Talk team draw their own Ondu. We figure out which one's the programmer really quick.
Yes. Oh, it reminds you of the Kirby picture when all the Kirby people tried to draw Kirby. And like,
that's exactly what it is. Honestly, I would love to see that. I would legitimately love to see the Tavern Talk team all try to draw Ondu. I don't care. I don't care how simplistic it is. I don't care. That's the point.
I will ask. It will be so fun.
Oh man.
Oh yeah. Okay. Oh, okay. Now I can.
All right, here we go. It's yapping hours. We've hit the favorites.
Okay, the thing is, I did pitch them. Like the first 2 characters, which were drawn like in a different style and everything, were Fable and I'm gonna say Proto Kalen, because Kalen was kind of a mixture between Kalen now and the Rogue. Like it was basically a Rogue Kalen with short hair and all. It was a different style. And then the third character was Hex. In different colors. I think there will be some pictures about that later. And then the thing is, the narrative people did not quite know what to do with him. Just like I pitched it with Chaos Gremlin, but like it didn't help them much. And then I pitched them, what if Angst and Grace? And they're like, okay, bet, we're taking them. So that's how they. So Grace's pain was necessary for them to exist. I'm so sorry for Grace, but it is what it is, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah. That's how I pitched him.
Again, I haven't actually gone through this slideshow yet. I am seeing this for the first time as all of you.
But listen,
this needs to be your profile for like April.
It would be so funny. But like the traits are there: the gold freckles, the greenish eyes, the head, right? Like that's Hexes, and the 3 mouth, like the cat mouth, right?
It's just so good. This is during this is Embario during his baking stream.
Listen, even Embario's mannerism fits so well. Like it's insane. Yeah. Yeah.
We're gonna find a way to like get a Hex cosplay and just ship it over to him.
Yes,
I'll help.
please.
Fuck it. I'll help pay for shipping. I want to see this man in a Hex cosplay. The dream come true.
It will be insane. But yeah, that's how it started. And like, yeah, the first thing, that's how the proto Hex was like. Like you see, it's basically the same character, just like broader shoulders and different colors. I just didn't vibe with the colors that much, so I changed it later. Later, people were like saying, "Yeah, that looks like Stella from Spiritfarer," which is fair. But it's not. If you look at it's just
I can see it. Yeah,
it's a color distribution. That's why, which is okay, fair enough. But I do have a. It's not out of pettiness. It was just out of curiosity. I did hear like 15 times at this point that Hex is Stella. I'm having a list. But yeah,
if I had a nickel for every time somebody's been like, "Oh, that's just Stella."
Yeah. Listen, I did cosplay Hex, right? Oh, I did. I was asked a couple of times, "Where's your cat?" I'm like, "I'm not Stella."
Oh no. Oh.
I'm a way less popular character. And then there was also a Proto Grace with like a very quick sketch with even more trans-colored, coded clothing. But yeah, with Hex, I also for a long time wasn't satisfied with the design, and I couldn't really figure out why. And essentially, if you just look at the next slide, the fix was to kind of cuff his sleeves. Easy as that. And I did not, I was like, why the hell? It's just such a simple thing. It was always open. It just did not work. And I didn't know why. Something is missing. Something wasn't like quite hitting as well. And I think, was it the next slide? Maybe? Yeah. Here's like, that's like from the New Year's image. And this picture was like, okay, now I know why. Because if you click one more time even, basically Hex is like a star. He's just like constantly like walking around, just like being unstable, I guess. But if the sleeves would be open, it just would break the silhouette. It would just like not be as expressive as a star would. And it's just like such a small thing, and it fixed all the problems I had with the design. And it took me so long, and I'm so angry about it. But I fixed it. That's what like a small
so
thing.
yeah, you take in the sleeves a little bit,
Yeah.
just enough to get that
just for it
shape
to
language.
be like a star. Exactly, like just to have it more expressive. And if it would be like the white sleeves which he had initially, it just wouldn't have the same expressiveness. It was like for him it's just the posing and all the expressiveness is important to his character basically. And it's just like such a small thing which fixed everything. It was like, god damn it, I should have known. But yeah, that's character design. Such simple dumb things, but yeah.
So good.
Yeah, and yeah, the Grace, for example, here I also was thinking maybe to make her a little bit younger because she is the younger sibling, right? To make to have the skirt shorter, but it just didn't work out for her because she is stable in comparison to Hex. She's like a cone. Good luck trying to throw her over. So that's why she has like the long,
very
long
balanced
skirt.
and
Yeah.
I mean, even just looking at like this shape here versus that, like versus this one, like you can tell it's this there's a lot more like mess affectionate with the way that like Hex presents himself versus the way that Grace presents herself.
Yeah. Also, if you later there will be a side by side that Hex is himself way less detailed and has like bigger shapes, and Grace has a lot more small details, more decorations because she's just like more detail focused, and meanwhile Hex more the big picture guy, right? Yeah. I could have given her the white sleeves. For her it would have worked, but I just did not want to bother drawing open white sleeves on the table because it's a pain. That's why she got the hand, arm, wrist thingy, which is also making her arm a little bit more heavy because she's just not moving as much as, for example, Hex does. Yeah.
And yes, Color, you are right. This was I think this was confirmed on the very first stream that Grace appeared that you mentioned in the chat. But yeah, just to reiterate, yes, Grace is a trans character and is literally transcoded from color to color, and I love that.
Yeah, I had to somehow tell it right. Like with White was easier because of the top surgery scars. With Grace, how am I supposed to show it right? Like trans scars, also just like the cows. It's a very pretty flag. So yeah, easy as that.
I feel for me at least, it's a detail that a lot of people could very much completely overlook or not even like get. They just like, oh, I like the pretty blues and pinks because it's like cotton candy.
Yep.
But again, if you know, you know.
Yeah, we also just didn't want to like really point it out because it's just not tasteful being like, oh yeah, she's a trans woman. It's just, I don't know how to really say it. No, like also it shouldn't matter that much, but like in itself there should be a representation, but it shouldn't be like, yes, it's a plot point basically.
Like how you mentioned earlier on in the character design of like the Netflix character design of like the token trans person or whatever. It's like they're not a token trans person. They are a fellow member of the cast.
Yeah,
they're just trans. That's how they are.
They just happen to be. Yeah, and I think in the lore book, it was also later written that Grace basically picked her name on a nickname Hex chose for her when they were children or something. We're just trying to like have a lot of hints, which like it is confirmed she's trans. It's just also like a lot of hints in the game and surrounding that allude to that, so people know basically.
I mean, there's the whole speech at like the very end before Grace cast the teleportation spell. That's like extremely coded of like, don't you like her the way she is now? Like she doesn't have to change for you. She needs to make this decision.
Yeah. Also like with the big brother and everything, I love the storyline so much. I like
look at
and also they have to work like together as like a duo, basically as a pair, right? Like because they just come in as a pack because they're like siblings, they live together and all that. I think if you click one more time, there will be some color picking stuff. No, never mind. I did try to have different. Okay, no, one more back. because I did try it like for all the spoilers. With Grace, I obviously had to stay with the color palette, right? Like I couldn't change that. With Hex, after people were starting to say, yeah, Hex looks like Stella, we did try to figure out a different color palette, but it just did not work out. It just did not feel right. I couldn't pinpoint why for the longest time. I can now. I will talk about it later. But it just did not work out. Even if I just changed the green to the blue, it just felt wrong. Something was off, and I couldn't figure out what. Like it could have been orange Hex. If you would be alone, maybe it would have worked. But together with Grace, it just wouldn't have fitted. If you click one more further, then there will still stuff about the color palettes. Yeah. If you just, it's color theory, right? We love that. They have basically the similar color palettes, just kind of flipped. For Hex, for example, the highlight color is yellow. For Grace, it's pink, and the base colors are green and blue, respectively. If you just look, if you just like compare all of them, they're basically opposites of that. The highlight color, like if you click one more time, there you have the Mario Brothers, right? Basically, I would say there are base colors and highlight colors. For the Mario Brothers, it's obviously blue is the base color, and the highlight color, red and green, are very much opposites. They're contrasting, and people just notice it immediately. Okay, they're contrasting. But for the siblings, you don't immediately see that they have contrasting colors because the contrast lies between the base color of, for example, Hex green to the pink of Grace's highlight color, pink of Grace. Yeah, the highlight color of Grace being pink. Those two are the opposite colors, but you don't necessarily recognize it because, for example, yellow and pink, which are like the noticeable colors, they're very close to each other. So like some of the colors are close, but at the same time they're opposite to other colors. So it's just like, it's opposites, but also like related to each other.
And because you're not locking yourself into like, all right, the highlight color of this character needs to be the opposite highlight color of this character, and you're allowing yourself to mix and match portions of the palettes.
Yes, this way they just look cohesive. They look like a team, but they still have like their opposite colors because some of the colors are just like related, some are not, but they're still it's just like they're basically like a square kind of. Some with different relations to each other. It just worked out this way. I know now why. I did not know before, but it works out, and I love that.
Going back and trying to figure out why specifically these colors work, and then putting it in and
it's just like retrospectively. Yeah, because I did a lot of stuff just by feeling, and it is good to know why, because then it will be just fasten the process in the future. Because time is money.
You won't have to go through like 7 iterations and be like, okay, let me just try this.
Yeah, and then like, okay, hold on. If this and this, what if? Okay, combine, easy. Yeah, I love this too. Yeah. And then, just like the movement comparison. Hex obviously being the star, like when he's standing, it's oftentimes only like 1 point on the floor, right? Like he's kind of movable. It looks like he's about to fall over. Meanwhile, Grace with her cone-shaped dress and everything, she's just very stable. She's very stable on the ground. And with
he's on specifically one leg. She's still here. Yeah. He's even here, like even when resting, he's like imbalancing on the sides of his feet. Yeah,
and it's just like, for example, if Grace also has her wand. Is it wand? No, it's not wand. It's staff. She has a staff. Yeah, if she's supposed to be a bit more dynamic, because then it just adds a little bit of more lines to the posing. But otherwise, she's just very stable. It's just like they contrast to each other, but they still have to work with each other, and I love them so much.
Scrolling back really quick, Jama actually pointed something out that I didn't realize, but you can see it specifically over here. The palms are a little bit lighter.
Yeah, it's
which
just
like I had to actually look at my own palm and flip it around and be like, oh yeah, no, that is a notable shade different. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Things like, you don't normally notice in real life.
Really? I don't know. Like I did research how to draw people.
I've been in this human skin for at least 34 of your human years, so.
Of your.
Don't worry about it. It's fine. It's look, I'm not beating the mimic allegations, so I'm just leaning into them.
I don't know. Like I did research. Like like I did not have any character design classes or anything. I was just like, I'm just a lot of on the internet, right? And I'm just looking at a lot of tutorials and everything. And every time I see, for example, how to draw different ethnicities, I'm saving those things. I'm trying to remember all of the features and all that, because oftentimes different ethnicities not only have like different stuff, like for example, subtleties, for example, like the different palm colors, like they would also have different bottom of the feet colors, right? Because it's basically the palm of the feet. Or for example, that the brow ridges are way less pronounced in Black and Asian people, for example, though there are, of course, exceptions and all that, right? Mm-hmm. But like there are rules and which differentiate the different ethnicities, and I just think it's also important to know about them and to use them if necessary, because they're just like also different features, and people do have them, and like there are exceptions and all that, but just different, for example, skin colors. Like people also have like the way different color than way different hair structures than white people, for example. And it's important to research them to see what different hairstyles are there, protective hairstyles and all that, and why would you use them, and what what personalities would use what hairstyles, because it's just like a big expression of personality. And I don't know, it's just like small things I'm trying to learn about, because I'm just white. I'm sorry, and I'm not. So I'm just like, it's just like something I have to research, right? It's just.
And I mean that's still a very important thing of like doing the research to make it as accurate as possible. Like
yeah. Especially if you don't have anyone to ask. Like I just have to do the research.
Exactly. If you don't have anybody to ask, you literally just have to go in and do it yourself. And like I keep saying it, but you all did an amazing job with representation. And like now that we're in ad break, like I wouldn't mind touching upon this particular subject, because I know like some people, especially in the year of October 2024, people getting uppity with the word representation and whatnot, and like forced representation BS. But for me, at least for me, I hate the word forced representation. I think there is a way to do it that seems natural, and you can then there's an unnatural way to do it. And the way that Tavern Talk does it, it's there without putting this like giant spotlight. It doesn't feel like you're like checking off a list or trying to like pander to anybody. They're just a cast of characters that interact with each other, that have their own backgrounds and whatnot. They feel like people who have lived lives in this world. It literally feels like a living, breathing world. Like you can look at these characters in the story, experience their stories, and think about what was their life like maybe growing up. What was their what is their life going to be like after our story ends? You know,
it's just like I think many people who have like make casts, they're just looking at the big picture. They're like, okay, we have this cast, we have a checklist, we have to have for example, a gay person, a black person, we have to have an Asian person, something like that. Okay, this and this character will get it, fine, because we have to. But the way I was thinking about it, each of those characters are like the main character of their own story. There is no real, okay, we have to have a checklist. I just was trying to have like as many stuff, of course, covered as possible, but like there doesn't have to be just one defining trait of them, right? Like body types, there are different body types. Several people have the same body type, for example, or similar skin colors and stuff like that, or the sexualities and everything. It's just they're this person and they have those traits, but it's not they have those traits because this trait is missing in the cast, for example.
Yeah. Or like how Nice puts it, like they don't have like a singular trait and then like that's all that they are. Like you put in different mixes and whatnot.
Yeah, people just notice patterns. If you have a cast and there's just every time only one thing deviating from the norm, people just notice it, and then that's like the one thing that defines the character. They don't care about the other stuff. And as sad as it is, you just have to think about that, because people just think this way. You have to work with the human, not against the human nature, basically.
And like and then also like Jama is saying, there's in the characters that you've designed, there are some traits that aren't immediately apparent, that you only really get to know when you get to know them. Like They have layers.
Yes, people have layers. People are onions.
If you weren't gonna make the Shrek reference, I was going to.
It had to be right. It had to be. Listen, we devs, we are just basically you guys, right? Like we are also just silly people who are in fandoms, who like characters, who read stories and consume media. Like almost all of my office, they play D&D. I soon will also try and play D&D. So like we're just people. Like of course, if you like those stuff, we will probably also like that stuff. Easy as
Exactly.
that.
I mean, all the references that you put in, like, into the game itself.
Oh, it was so sad that we didn't manage to have a JoJo reference. But I think none of the narrative people actually watched JoJo. But alas, maybe next game.
Oh, I would
so
love a JoJo reference in Tavern Talk.
It would be so funny, wouldn't it?
You know what? Devin would pose. Sorry, Zephyr would pose.
Oh yeah, freaking edgelord. I mean, on one of the quests, the quest with the parents of them, it was an Itachi reference, I think. I'm not sure about Naruto, but like on the quest drawing scribble of that quest, I think they were like in like behind was a giant moon, and they were sitting on some kind of pole or something.
Oh my god.
Listen, we love references. The whole game is just a reference.
Let's go.
I mean, not only, but also like, having our own stuff. And it's just, we had a lot of fun. Yeah.
So going on back to your favorite siblings again with that whole shape you mentioned before, the star and the cone shape here.
Yep, very stable. Yeah, and Hex has a lot of triangles, being very I'm gonna say unstable, just because he's like he moves a lot, he does a lot of things. He's very probably attention span isn't really that long.
See my previous fidget spinner comment.
But like he's still like a sweetheart, right? He's still a sweet guy. Like he wouldn't intentionally hurt people unless you would mess with Grace or something. And Grace, meanwhile, she's even the way their head is placed. I did not think about it, but like Hex's head is a triangle, but the way Grace's head is drawn, it's basically a circle, which looks like a lot more innocent and less dangerous. And also, like, she has a lot of triangles and this, squares, and she's reliable, all that, and secretly she could whoop your butt, and the fireball is a fidget spinner. Oh, yeah. So yeah, I love them. Is there another one? Ah, yes. Ah, yeah, and then just like a little bit of the, I'm gonna say, the details. Like both of them have, for example, Hex on his coat has those stars, right? Even on the backside. Mm-hmm. And Grace has similar stars here in the front. They have obviously the earrings. Yeah. Like the star imagery. It's a little bit of the wizard thing.
They're on opposite ears too.
You didn't know? There you go.
I didn't notice that. I'm learning.
Small details, I'm telling you. Yeah, obviously they have both heads. They have both some dangly bits on their chest. Like Grace has the bow, and Hex has the what's called the thread, I guess, or something.
Yeah, the like the laces for the top.
Yeah, laces. Yeah. Grace here has on her head some kind of bookmark thing hanging. Like it's kind of an arrow. Hex has a similar thing also with a line just on his waist. If you, I think, go like a slide back, you see it on. Yeah, here. Like it's basically the opposite shape on his waist. What's it called?
I see.
Yeah. Like it's the opposite shape of her bookmark head thingy. What else? Like obviously, just the colors. They have the same nose, but they have different head shapes. And obviously, just to hint a little bit more on the different lifespans, Hex has very elven-like ears. Meanwhile, Grace, you barely see the pointy ears at all because she just has very subtle half-elf ears, I'm gonna say. Mm-hmm. Also, like the small details, Hex has a very wide shirt, like the opening on the top, because I just can't imagine that he would wear like some kind of like Grace such a shirt, because it would probably just be too limiting for him. Yeah, like because it would limit his movements and everything. Meanwhile, Grace is basically like a scholar, and she's fine with that. Also, Hex has just like way too big clothing for him because he's a little bit of an arrogant wizardling, being like, yeah, I'm the biggest wizard ever. He is a big wizard, but he's trying to be even bigger than he actually is. Meanwhile, Grace has like proper normal clothing which fits her.
It's like literally the difference between sorcerer and wizard in D&D.
I guess. Yeah, it's just like, yeah, like it just makes sense that Hex is basically wearing, for example, like a hoodie equivalent of a wizard clothing, and Grace is just like prim and proper because yeah, she does still like a little bit of chaos, but not as much and not as obvious as Hex does. Also, in our world, elves are not limited to normal hair colors. That's why Grace has pink hair color. They can have like pastel colors, the elves. And while like Grace has the pastel hair color, but like normal eye color being brown. By the way, brown are like one of the rarest eye colors in the cast. I think only Kellen has like also brown eye colors. All the other people have like yellow eye colors and other bright eye colors. Oops. And meanwhile, Hex has like normal hair color and bright colored eyes because just again, it's a difference. Oh, and the freckles. The freckles, like Hex has most of the freckles on the nose, and meanwhile,
like the bright freckles that both of them have.
Yeah, I did them as dumb as it sounds, as some kind of fail-safe for people to not whitewash them, because if they would make the skin too white, the freckles just would look weird or not noticeable enough. As dumb as it sounds, but like
that. No, that is not dumb at all. That is actually really fucking smart. That is brilliant.
There was this discussion about it with the recent Genshin characters, right? Like all the markings would look way better on dark skin. I bet the artist planned with dark skin, but then the producers were like, yeah, we need to sell white characters because they will sell better. That's why it just doesn't look as good. Yeah, that's basically the same thing. Yeah, trick them.
I also like again, I don't know if this is on purpose, but the fact that like Hex's freckles are more centered, and then Grace's fill the more outside.
Yeah, just like again opposites, and also it fits better with her glasses.
Yeah.
Also, Grace has forget-me-nots on her glasses, just so you know. She likes forget-me-nots.
Oh yeah.
Guess why?
Because she doesn't want to be forgotten.
Yes. Also, like the hair strands, she's already getting a little bit of gray hair because she's 42, right? She studied a lot. It's very stressful. Probably didn't sleep a lot as well.
Man, I will admit I am kind of very happy that Imbario went into that last live dub expecting to be absolutely broken, only to be pleasantly surprised of like, nah, she lived.
To be honest, I did tell him like, be prepared to cry.
Thank you for also prepping.
I mean, the thing with the killing her really off, it was a narrative design thing. It wasn't on me.
Yeah.
I was about to punch them myself.
Oh, it's all right. That's why we chose the good ending.
Okay, and here it's like I just put all of the characters. If we want to talk about them more in detail, I'm not sure if you have questions about them or something. So yeah.
Is Carolyn single?
I mean, nothing was said about that, right? I mean, she doesn't even have a home, as far as I know. She
right,
she sleeps at the premise. She doesn't have a
tall
home.
Cardboard cutout. Here we go. I do love the. I actually didn't notice this at first. I noticed it like in one of the later episodes, but the loot on
they
Fable's back.
They picked it up during the Baya quest, during the Mary Morgan Banshee quest, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then they just take it with them. I mean, or rather, probably Neil was taking it with them and gave it to Fable, so Fable didn't have to steal it.
Yeah. And then this is what you were talking about before, where depending on how you respond to the fight that you and Fable have, they actually come back slightly differently. So obviously, you know, people of the live dub know this version where they have the elf ears and the horns. But if you choose the they'll be fine option, they'll come back with more of the dragon-esque ears. And wait, is that hairstyle exclusive to this one too?
No. The hairstyle is bound to the outcome of the Baya quest. Basically, if like Neil
Oh,
and
because
Fable will get together.
because it's braided. Because oh my
Yes.
god, I didn't
And the other
actually
ending-
realize that.
In the other ending, Neil just doesn't braid the hair, and then it just stays open. The ears and horns are just only connected to the fight, because depending on what you say, like Fable has pretty good hearing, right? The innkeeper later says either I should have been more honest, and then they are honest with Ur about, okay, I don't want to answer this riddle. And if you say they'll be fine, it's like you have trust in them. They will manage. Then they will actually solve the riddle themselves and will get the ears, the dragon ears. Yep. This was like small. You know why we have this? Because I was told, okay, give Fable dragon traits. I was like, okay, we can do ears, we can do horns. What should I do? And then it was in the office. All like 5 different people just just came to my PC and were like discussing which one should we choose, the ears or the horns. And after like 10 minutes, the creative lead was like, in this time we were discussing all of this, whether ears or horns. Nika could have just drawn both of them. Let's just do both of them and we'll put it into the narrative.
Let's go.
That's why it just happened.
You know what? Just
of
the realization of like, I know everybody else does have some like potential evolutions to their sprites, but the fact that Fables does have full on multiple quest related sprite evolutions that carry on throughout future appearances. Again, I didn't realize it.
They're
oh my god.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. Yeah, Kyle, Rhea, we know them. Rhea got the earrings. Kyle later, I think in the next slide, Kyle will be with the cape.
The cape and the slightly different shirt now to match.
Yeah, because the green and the magenta doesn't work. The cape is supposed to be a green screen, if you couldn't tell. That's why it's invisibility cape.
I got it. Oh, that's smart.
I couldn't just cut out his shoulder, right, for the invisibility, so it had to be a green screen. Yeah, buy a small baby.
Buy a
250 or something.
Melly with the beans.
Yeah, bean fingers. The dirt on the shoes sadly didn't manage to get in the game. Alas, it's here at least.
Of course, good old rogue.
Yeah.
Immediately starts sitting up a little straighter. I love that like Onyx also got like some time in the spotlight too.
Yep. small baby Onyx. I think Jade got Onyx when like found Onyx with a cracked shell or something. But and then just grew like in what's called inseparable.
Aww. That's cute.
Yeah, and also like there's supposed to be a canon pair. Obviously, if Tia wouldn't have become unavailable. Because because just to confirm, Tia is lesbian.
Let's go.
So yeah, that's and Jade is bi. So yeah, they're thing just so people don't ship Tia and Clay. That's why
they are BFFs in canon. They are Tia friends.
And Clay, yeah, best friends. Okay, obviously the siblings, right? But we did yap about them quite a lot already. Yeah.
Good old Iniko is laid back with the. Yeah. I know that there were some people on the cast that were like, I'm watching Iniko's legs like fidget, and like it's making me get fidget legs.
I also do the fidget leg. I think Iniko is the only character you actually see like the knees of.
Mm-hmm. Wow, for free.
And also, like they kind of become a thing, right? Iniko is from Avalon, basically the fairy realm or something, and Voy is from the nightmare realm. Iniko is from the dream realm, and Voy is from the nightmare realm. So they're like opposites, right? So it's a bit more intriguing and all that. And you know, the Voy boy and Nico, like maybe a little bit. I'm not confirming anything, but like I also can see it. Yeah. Also, I think Iniko is like 190 centimeters tall.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Archie, our fruit, our fruity noble, and Clay with the wristband. I think it's the one from the other outcome. From the other outcome with the whale.
Yeah, because one of them is with beads, and this one is the more like
with
cloth
stars,
like with the stars.
shells, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Una, the rival of the Innkeeper. Like, if you have any questions, just ask.
Oh no,
because
I'm good. You're doing a great job just yapping about them.
That's good. I mean, am I getting paid for this? A tiny bit.
Like, God, I hope so.
It is working time. And for the people who don't know, Scully does have a mug inside his pelvis.
Oh,
that's
where it
drink
goes.
Yes. People oftentimes don't notice it, but yeah. Also, I maxed out the sprite size with Scully's head. Like, I physically couldn't make it any more taller. Otherwise, I would have to increase the sprite size, which is to be avoided because it's like an exception. Exceptions are money and
you maxed out that canvas size.
Yep, all of the 2046 pixels, because we have to do everything in power of 2s, because Unity does not like not power of 2s. Una with the arm, obviously, the crochet hook. In the background, totally not. Also, Una's what's called burger fry arm. I bet she was like, it's not hers. She totally doesn't forget things, right?
The spatula arm.
The spatula arm, yes, exactly. Yeah, I think it's just funny, and yeah, she's just a grandma, liking to bully people a tiny bit, but also cares for people as well, like a lot.
Mm-hmm. I also love like the little extra like details in Scully's, like a little bit of like the staining and whatnot. Because again, his bones aren't just calcium. His bones are alabaster.
Yeah, I looked up alabaster, so I was like, okay, alabaster has a little bit of yellow stuff or like this thing, and it honestly just adds a little bit to the design. Otherwise, it would be a bit boring, I think, in my opinion. So yeah,
it'd be a little too flat. And of course, with a skeleton, you're kind of like you've already taken a big challenge in trying to give like extra depth to essentially a bare bone skeleton. So being able to do that with like the coiffed wig, the hat, the tie, the mustache.
To be honest, I was told to just do this. Like, I think this character, our game designer suggested. Like, our game designer was like, okay, what if we have a funny skeleton gentleman? And he said, okay, we need a wig, we need a mustache, we need this the walking stick, and a giant cylinder head. Because why the hell not?
Yeah.
And yeah. It's just also, I think in one of the dialogues is also with Jade, because Jade and Scully are both Maida. I think the Innkeeper talks about Jade's necklace being like, the necklace, Jade, you're wearing is kind of familiar. Yeah, it has the same shape and same color as not Iniko's, Scully's yellow eye. Yeah, just a small thing. I think the narrative people will just notice this thing, and it was like, what if it's canon? that Jade stole his eye when he was dead.
That'd be kind of funny.
That wouldn't be funny. I mean, so much of this stuff, game dev is very often, wouldn't it be funny if? Not all of that, obviously, but quite some things wouldn't be funny if. Yeah, a little bit. I mean, as a treat, right?
What if we took this very diverse, very wholesome cast of characters, and just gave them trauma for fun?
Of course. I mean, listen, this is D&D based, right? How do you have D&D without trauma? You don't. It has to be. There has to be some trauma.
I want that to be like a poster on your office. Is just how could it be an indie if you don't have trauma?
Of course. Listen, if you don't have trauma, you just wouldn't make games, right? Like, we would be in some kind of other worker, probably. Just like a normal member of society.
Fair.
Of course.
Fuck this guy.
Our old friend. Yeah. Oh, a small... I can talk about his design. Yes, because when he did talk about the soul shattering spell, right? Like, he used the soul shattering spell. And then crystals flew out of this, like the souls shattered basically as some kind of crystal. And I imagine that, for example, his earring here, because it's glowing, is one of those soul shatters, and they cut his ear on the other side, and then he just grew a grudge and basically is carrying this pain, this moment with him all the time, with the hurt, which does barely like heal together, and the earring with his action basically, and of course the flower, like which I was like, yeah, I like flower. If we put in flowers, why the hell not use some flower language?
Go the extra mile
funny.
and use the flower language. That's
just Google
really
everything.
Cool. It's also really interesting because it's great because if you look at like if just somebody who didn't have knowledge of flower language looked at this, it'd just be like, oh yeah, he's just really into flowers. Look at this, like maybe this guy has like a soft spot because, you know, all the oranges and yellows and reds. It's a very like, you know, autumn kind of sunset. Oh yeah, maybe he has a soft side. Not knowing that each one of those flowers has a very specific meaning in flower language.
On the other hand, the innkeeper gifted him the flower language book. So it's also like he's still attached to the innkeeper, even if he pretends not to be. Also, I sent you a screenshot. One of my coworkers was like, "Can you please give me the notes about the flowers?" Because I obviously just decided myself to put in flower language, and then they asked me, "Is there like a meaning behind it?" So I was like, "Yeah."
So hold on, what is this?
We don't talk about this. We have a lot of Google.
Hold on, what is this?
Don't worry about it. But yeah, then they printed it out and was like, "Yep, this is just like all the notes I took while drawing." Yeah, grief, despair, mourning, sincerely. Yeah.
It's so
Screw
good.
this guy.
Anyway, I don't know what this is. That's literally what.
We still have a big box of googly eyes everywhere.
Bless. I'm looking forward to Tavern. I'm looking forward to April 1st when it's Tavern Talk, but everybody has googly eyes.
Oh, it would be so. I mean, Anu kind of has googly eyes, doesn't he?
He does. I love him so much. He's such a creature.
He's so egg-shaped. Oh, I cannot wait for the plushie.
Someone should make a plushie of him.
Oh, would it be funny if someone made a plushie, right?
Oh,
totally
man.
not in the works
and
everything.
It'd be crazy if one of those people was backer number 50 or 100. I don't remember which one I was.
I bought two. One for myself and one for my family.
Yeah.
It had to be, right? Like, who can say that they basically have like a self-made plushie? It's such a cool thought. I still sometimes don't realize this.
Like officially licensed too.
Yeah, it's so wild. It's such a wild thought. Like sometimes I just forget that I worked on this game. I'm like, yeah. I mean, it has been like a couple of months already. And yeah, I want to show off some of the fan art. I mean, this is pretty like not outdated. It's just like old. I didn't put in new fan art because when did I do the character design presentation? I think in like June. I think it was about around the release. So yeah, just like look at all those fan arts. Like there's also Niji Sanji guy, Fulko Ovid. Someone drew that guy with Fable and Kyle. And I don't know, it's just very like validating to see people like the character designs and draw them in different art styles, and you still recognize it. That character, it's just so, I don't know. I'm just very happy about
further proof that your designs are extraordinarily memorable.
I don't know.
Like if anything, like you said, it's pretty much a really good source of validation.
It is very like, also we're just like, we have a fan art wall. We're just very happy. We're like all hyped about people being so happy about that game, and we're just we're very grateful for all the support. It's just so insane. Like it's our first game. The first game we released like by ourselves. Like we don't even have a publisher. We had to learn so much by ourselves, and it just worked out somehow. Sometimes it was very like, it was a little bit of a struggle, but we just managed, and I'm very proud of the whole team, and it's just so cool. And yeah,
you all made an absolutely amazing product. I'm very, very happy. I love this Barbie one.
Listen.
That is, I immediately locked onto that.
This is one of our interns, one of our previous interns. They also drew the Carolyn here, by the way.
I also love that Carolyn.
They made a ton of art. Like in the Tavern Talk Discord, there's so many. They made so much art of those characters. very memey as well. They made a ton of the emotes from the Tavern Talk Discord as well. Like there's the shy Voy, for example, or something. Oh, it's. They also cosplayed Voy, by the way. It's so insane.
Go.
It's,
I love them
the
dancing and
people-
holding hands.
It's so cute.
Oh,
I'm so grateful.
the family. Oh,
Yes. Oh, like I'm trying to make all of like fan art myself, right? I'm just like a little bit not burnt out, but I'm just having other stuff to draw right now. I'm so happy that people draw like stuff as well because I physically just cannot anymore. But I do try. I have a couple of animatics done for this because it's just like I love those critters, and I'm so happy other people love those critters, and I'm sure the whole team is like very happy that people love those critters. It's just babies, and yeah, I'm just very happy of it.
it's very good.
Yeah, those are cosplayers. Yeah, it's the first one is from Gamescom, and the second one is from another small German convention.
Melly. Oh my god, they even wrote the
Yes,
quest.
yes. No, it was from the Fable.
Oh my god, she has a gun. Real. Somebody gave the child a gun.
Yeah, I think it was some kind of Resident Evil cosplayer or something. They told me.
Oh
But
my
yeah,
god, that's
it's
so.
just. Also, Hex is is the most cosplay character, by the way, for now. Totally, because social media manager and myself. Oh, it's just
so good.
It's
I
so
love that
fun.
Fable one. I
They're
love
so
that
amazing.
Zephyr.
Yeah,
Oh, the
this is
Biot.
yeah. It's just I love all of
this.
it. And the cosplays are so good. And I didn't even include the Iniko. Like one of our coworkers also cosplayed Iniko, just like with the closet cosplay. Half of the closet was out of my closet. It's a bit concerning that I have enough clothing to cosplay Iniko, if you think about that. And then the other intern cosplayed Void, but I forgot to ask them. It was already too late, so sadly I was not able to include it. But I think there might be something. I think the Void cosplayer is. There's a video of them on the TikTok, Tavern Talk TikTok channel. There should be that.
That's so
it's just
cool.
so. It's
Again,
so insane.
again, just further proof of how
It's so
quickly this
insane.
game garnered a very it garnered the audience that you wanted, and it garnered it to the point where people immediately saw these characters and are like, I love this game so much. I want to support it. I want to cosplay these characters.
The Fable and Grace, they cosplayed it even before the game was released. They just were like, can we please have full bodies? I'm like, shoot, Fable doesn't have a full body yet because I designed them like sitting at the table because I did not think we would need full bodies. They just asked for it, and some of the cosplayers just have me on speed dial now whenever they have questions. Which is a bit funny because like the tier cosplay was like, okay, so this shield, right? How does the crystal, like there's a crystal in the middle, how does the crystal look like? And I'm like, yeah, it's kind of like this, and I think it would be like, I thought it would be fun if it would glow, and he's like, this thing can glow. Shoot, okay, I guess I have to implement this now, and he did. It's
honestly,
just so insane.
That's to Jamify's statement, like, yeah, the power of cosplay. Talking with cosplayers as a character designer, I feel will make you realize things about your character that you didn't think of like, no, just describe the shield, and then like you think about it and you're like, you know what, maybe it'll glow, and then like all of a sudden they're like, all right, challenge accepted.
Listen, okay, so not Fable, Hex has this weird star thingy on the back of his coat, right? He just doodled in there because it was a little bit empty. I did not think about it. And then the social media manager comes up to me and was like, yeah, see this star thing on the back? I was thinking of getting it either embroidered or he just got it printed on. And I think, and he said, I like that it's printed on. It looks more cartoony this way. And I was like, I didn't even think about that. For example, Grace has like a lot of edges, like hems, which are kind of like, not straight, but flowerier kind of, right?
Mm-hmm.
She had to
the back of that cape right here.
Yeah, she drew all of this. She had to sew all of this. Like for me, it was just here funny zigzag edge hem. It looks pretty. They had to sew it by hand. Like this was also my first cosplay. I had to sew for the first time like the coat and the hat and everything. It's so much work, and they decided it's worth to put in the work. Like for me, it's like okay,
ever underestimate the power of cosplay. Like I'm sure there's a bunch of like Square Enix cosplayers and whatnot, or Square Enix like character designers that are like, all right, we're gonna make this character intentionally like just cosplayers are never gonna be able to make this. Smash cut to like a year later when they're showing up at conventions dressed as that character.
Yeah. maybe they have some kind of competition of the most uncosplayable uncosplayable character ever. But alas, people have determination.
As
It's
somebody
just so
who
insane.
every year watches the FF14 Fan Fest just to see what like some of the primals that some of these people are cosplaying is insane. It's
People
absolutely nuts.
have,
Or yeah,
and
like the
this is
Monster
so
Hunter
cool.
cosplays, like the oh this armor doesn't like. There's no way somebody would be able to get like Kieran daggers to glow.
Yeah.
They have. They will.
Yeah, I also have a photo of myself in casual Kellen cosplay. Like I only have the ears basically on and tail, and otherwise I have my own hair in a braid, and in some kind of Slavic clothing looking costume. I found someone with a glowing gun. I have a photo of Kellen with a gun now. The cosplay brings us all together. Yes, like I met so many cool
stronger
people.
words have never been uttered. Carolyn with a gun. It'd be like that story of it's like that meme of like the big book, the story of Tavern Talk, short book, Tavern Talk if Carolyn had a gun.
Yes. Hold on. Listen, I'll just show you the photo. Like it's myself. I give you permission. Where is it? Hold on. I just have to find you.
It is. Yep. It is absolutely up to you.
There you
My
go.
Discord is ready.
There you go.
Oh my god. That's okay. That's not even like a gun. That is like a gun.
Yeah, and it did glow. I did not figure out how to turn it on though. I later figured out, but the photo wasn't as nice. But yeah, there you go. That's me.
Carolyn just being like, dodge this. parry this, casual.
And if there's no more bullets, she'll just beat you with the gun itself.
Yeah. Honestly, yeah, it's just like, you know what? You're out of bullets. I'm not out of options.
Exactly. I mean, worst case, she still has to have fists, right? Fists and claws and teeth. And oh yes, there's so many, so amazing people. I just love it. It's such this project. Like, I don't really care about I mean, I do care about the game, but like, I met so many cool people. Like, I care about that even more. It's just. I met so many cool people, and I'm so grateful for that. I'm so grateful to be here. Yeah, okay, now the character stuff is over.
Time for drinks.
Time for drinks. Yeah, we have a little bit of shape language in the drink stuff. We did not always adhere to it. Do you say it like that? I don't know, maybe. But like, yeah. For example, the charisma is very roundish because, you know, the cute main character. Defense is square again. Dexterity is kind of swirly. Intelligence, because we didn't figure out what to do, it's just like some kind of hourglass shape. Yeah, and strength is the inverted triangle because, you know, muscle and broad shoulders and all that. And yeah, for example, here we have the Sparkling Nebula and the Spoken Heart. That's also like made by one of the interns. Yeah, like I drew some of them. The other ones the other did. Here's a gif of all the background style iterations from the environment artist. Like, we did a lot of stuff, like, until we figured out what to do.
This is actually so cool seeing this evolve.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Like we were thinking about a little bit more, like, loose, a little bit, like, further from the character design, then maybe kind of like Owl House. The Owl House is also, by the way, a really cool show. And yeah, it's just like, yeah. A creature, we have a lot of creatures. We love creatures in this house. Oh, yeah.
So good.
Yeah, just like I thought maybe you guys would want to know. I think it was shared in the Tavern Talk Discord before in our Dev Diaries. It's been a long time, but yeah, even then it's still changed.
I like how one frame of this does have the scrungly creatures with like onto it. Everybody.
Yeah, that's very good. The screenshot for play. But yeah, like later we just switched some stuff. Like we moved the window to the other side and all that, and the moon, and yeah, it's just like She did such a good job. Our environment artist. Like, she did the UI and the environment. And yeah, she just slayed it. It works so well. It's just such a good atmosphere. And then our animator, our VFX and 3D artist, actually, she also added some lighting to the scene, and it makes it even better. And yeah, it's so good. It's so good. And without that, it just wouldn't have the same feeling. Like, yeah, that's the end product, right? Like, if you like.
Damn bird!
Yeah, the traitor, the betrayal. But like for some details, for example, the small birdie here, the small bird plushie I added. Like I did draw some of the items here too, just because we're working on different projects at the same time, and sometimes we just don't have the time to do stuff. The hanger here, like I can imagine that it maybe was just like the Innkeeper's staff or something like that in the past. The small the coffee talk references Hyde's jacket and
Hyde's jacket.
Yeah, from the first game, and the ingredients exactly like from the second game of Coffee Talk.
The lost reference.
Wait, yeah, the lost reference. The one I love.
For those of you who don't know, Nika hid in lost.
Yeah, it's on the bar, in the front.
Yeah.
On the left, yeah, there it is. Here. Is it visible? Yeah.
One, I was told. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1 horizontal. There you go. It's been here the entire time.
It wasn't there the entire time. I just was told, Nika, please polish the table, right? Because we zoomed out a little bit, and I just added the shelf on the bottom, and I was like, I have a little bit of time. Let's put loss in here. No one
7 lines.
No one knew. Yes, I like. Later on, I showed the other people, but it was too late to remove. But no one complained, so it's fine. And on the other bookshelf, there's just like also a book, like a book nook, because we like book nooks. I have one book nook. I should build my second book nook soon. It's here since I moved in. Well,
nice.
Yeah. Just like also the environment with the weather and all that, and it also affects here the drink mixing nook. And if you think about this whole screen is actually UI, right? Like it's just UI because you have the information about the drink, you have the confirm button, you have the items, you have the undo button, right?
Yeah. Guy, I love it. Love him. Can't believe it took me to like stream 2 to figure that out.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like that's also mostly work by the other people. I wasn't that involved here. I was mostly doing characters and other character stuff. Yeah, and just helping out with a few things. But yeah.
We did it.
Oh god, yeah, it was just like 2.5 hours, right? Imagine if I would not have shortened the presentation.
150 slides.
Yeah, let's go.
First off, big round of applause for Nika.
Thank you for giving me the
doing all this.
Yep.
No, absolutely, and this was honestly great. I'm already very much looking forward to editing this and eventually putting it on YouTube.
That's
we're not done yet though.
We're not done. I still have stuff here to yap about.
This was just the PowerPoint.
There's
more.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, just if you want to know, like obviously you know Hex is my favorite character, right? Like, and Grace, I think would be the second, and Jade would be the third, and otherwise, like all of the other characters are kind of the same.
Rest.
The rest are like, I don't dislike them, but like just like from the personality wise, I like those 3 the most.
It's Hex, and then you go down a fair bit, Grace, and then you go down a little bit, and then
Grace
you get the third one.
Far behind. Grace is not that far behind.
So
Jade is a little bit far behind.
It's Hex, and then you go down a little bit, Grace, and then you go down a fair bit.
Yeah.
You get your third one. You go down a little bit more.
I pitched them. They're my babies. I love the pain. They're so wholesome. And yet, alas, in 50 years, Grace will die and then, well...
Yeah. And that's how Hex learns necromancy.
Oh, did you play the bad ending already?
I did.
You know.
like the bad ending or the secret ending?
The bad ending.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you know.
But then there's like a little bit more than the rest, and then you go down like to the basement, and then it's like Quasar.
Yeah, screw this guy. I'm a Quasar hater. Screw this guy. He has reasons for how he's acting, but screw this guy. Like from our boss, I think our boss favorite character is probably Kyle. I think from the narrative people, I know one narrative person really loves Baya. Our narrative working student loves Archie.
I mean, you already know I love Carolyn.
Yeah, obviously. Fair though. Yeah, she was, I think, like the second character, like in general, to exist in the real art style. It was Kyle, I think, who was the first in the current art style. But yeah, actually, the first characters to exist was Fable and Proto Carolyn. Yeah.
All right. So on to the second part of
Stuff to yap.
this. It is time to yap some more, but about very
Yep,
specific
exactly.
things that we were
Yes.
talking about during the stream, and I know that you were chomping at the bit to talk about some of these details. But the credit scenes. Now, note, all of these this is across all of the endings. So we'll kind of like just go through the like your favorite details of certain ones, because I know we don't have a lot of we don't have a lot of time, and I don't want to keep you too long past
Also,
your 3-hour estimate. But
you just have to watch out. There will be spoilers.
Yeah,
because
so
obviously
this is now officially like a potential spoiler for alternate endings.
There's also hidden ending stuff, just so you know.
Yeah, well, I'll probably try and skip over the hidden ending stuff, but you know what? Don't worry, it's fine. That'll be my job.
Right, yeah.
We'll figure it out all together. But
Yes,
if anything, like, what is your favorite I think what we can do is we'll do what is your favorite detail of this scene, and then any other like important details that you want to point out, and then we'll move on.
Yeah, I'll just try to quickly yap about the small stuff. Okay, Baya in the bushes. We have Scully having a little fashion talk together with Bad Kyle, because they're both like a little bit of fashionistas here, like right in like fashion. Clay being a Disney princess with all the animals. We have the two-headed sheep. I don't know what those potato animals are. I love them though. We have Wolfentinger, which are like a German type of fantasy creature. We have Grace here, who's like, later on you will see that I kind of ship those both together because they're very wholesome and very cute and gentle. And I just wanted to give people like I did talk with the narrative people about that. Give people a different shipping for Clay other than Tia, because Tia does not like men, right? And Archie is writing with his feather. Probably some story, maybe it's a short story, because there's a short story which is written in Archie's name, and his feather in his head is actually like a writing feather. Yeah, I think that's about all.
That's neat.
Yeah, I think that's all details in this thing. And the next one is just the same thing without. First of all, there will be like a frame later how this statue is built. Tia, in the
because the other one. Oh yeah, wait, because the star's not visible because it's daytime.
Yeah. Obviously, Grace is missing because she dies in all endings except a good ending. And in the back, like in the dialogue, there will be something about pink carnations, where she will be lying and basically waiting for the people to return once she already passed away. And on the window there are like pink carnations, which is like her room, I'm gonna say, like in the back. Yeah. Otherwise, it's like. Yes, that's like a reminder of Grace. So I just wanted to have like all characters to be represented at least a tiny bit. Be it with a star, with the flowers here, or with the statue. Yeah, that's just how I wanted to have all of them on the frames. Yeah. Then the frame here, they're basically like, we said that Scully likes to sew. Like he also likes fashion. He will do a lot of fashion. He knows how to sew. And they're making a new stage outfit for.
Oh my god! I can't believe you have Scully bare ass just right here.
Oh no, not safe for work. Yeah, he doesn't have hands. If you didn't know, he has a head.
My man, going around Donald ducking it. Zoom in on that.
Oh my god! Not safe for work. All right. But yeah, like they're making here the stage outfit. Grace obviously would be again missing the other one. Like she would be everywhere. Melly under the table wanting to play with the garn because she's a cat. Una making the gloves because she said she's crocheting.
This is just literally the natural crocheting experience.
Yes, sewing machine because somehow you have to sew. Kyle does not like mirrors, but he's like looking a little bit pissed into the mirror. As obviously mirror, he's a vampire, not visible. Can you zoom out a little bit? I forgot what else is there.
There's Jade looking at the star.
Jade looking at the star. Yeah. In the other ending, she would not be there. Then there would be the statue. If you go the other, the next one, we have Clay here giving the Tia statue a friendship bracelet. And Dindy. Dindy is like his new small familiar he gets from Cassiopeia because he prayed to her, and she sent him a small familiar because he's just supported here, and just a small new critter. I decided it would be nice to give Clay. Yeah.
He deserves it for everything he's been through.
Yeah. Where do you want to start? There are like 3 scenes now.
Oh my god! All right, so I mean we got these two. obviously.
Yeah,
I love.
so if you see, Neil has a newspaper in the hand, which is like missing animal or something. Melly is looking for a missing animal. She has like following the thingies, right? Like she's being a detective. And there's also Rufus, Neil's sheepfish.
Mhm.
Yeah, just
And
like
there's
watching
the,
over this. Yep.
There's over
Okay.
here.
Fun fact.
Just the panic.
Yes. Fun fact. Fable is bald in all of these sprites, and we just switched the hair and ears accordingly, according to the ending. We just had like some points, some triggers, but like just so you know, Fable is bald actually
Oh
underneath
my
all that.
god.
Yeah.
The stress got to them.
Yep. Obviously, you see. I think it was called Callan. Callan wanted to shoot
The
bird.
bird.
A jackdaw. I'm not sure if it's the same one, but it's a jackdaw. She, as you see, she's overly over like way too strong doing the bow thing, right? If you look what Fable has, there's already a broken bow
The broken bow.
and glue. So because they wanted to fix it, and there's also Fable's Fable's own bow. If you
over
it's
here.
Fable's own bow. Yes, I think the brother gifted it to them. Yeah, and then you see the siblings. Hex stole Grace's glasses. And they're just goofing around, being siblings, you know. Yeah, and
That's
if you
so
do it
cute.
next,
What would happen
yeah.
if Grace died?
Yeah, no movement. I just like it's just like he's just being. If you see like he even put on his coat the proper way, like it's not off his shoulder anymore. He's
And
just like carrying around the staff. Like I made it in a way that like the time goes by and then just the staff gradually moves away from him until he again once takes it and then just leaves it at her home after a while, because he just is like accepts her death after a while, but like he just needs it to have it by him for a while until he's just finally ready to move. Like they live together. They live together. Like imagine going back to an empty home if you lived with your siblings for like 40 years.
Oh
like
man.
it has to be like with Clay and Tia. Okay, they know each other maybe a month. They're best friends, yeah, but they like know each other for a month. But those siblings, they like live together. They're like part of each other's lives for forever. And
I mean, real talk. I've actually had that thought specifically with my cats. Of like, I've had my cats for like 10 years, and like, there's gonna be a day where you know the inevitable happens. And then it's gonna be like, what am I going to do the first day I get back to work, and I come home. And I come home to like not like no meows or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like I think that's gonna literally be the day where I'm like, all right, time to adopt a new cat.
Yeah, it's just like I mean, love does not spoil, right? Like you still have to love for the previous ones, and if it helps you, and you just keep them dear in your heart.
It's that whole thing of like the more like if anything, the sadness when you lose something just is reflective of the love that you had for it when it was alive.
What was it? There was some kind of quote in the game, right? Like, pain is some kind of evidence that you loved something or something. I forgot the quote, but it was in the game too, right? Yeah. Okay. Next thing. This is the sprite if you have the other outcome, the one you did not get with Baya's quest with Mary Morgan, when Neil and Fable do not get immediately together for a date. They will later, but they won't immediately. Here's a nymph, because they pick up the they just pick up the nymph.
I was about to be like, who dat?
Yeah, it's a nymph. It's a nymph. They make flower crowns.
He has more slimes.
Yep, he found another slime. Rhea's a little bit annoyed about that, but alas, she had to probably get him out of the slime again to go out. Baya gave Grace a small flower bracelet. You know, just like a lot of flower stuff, like they're being wholesome. Neil being grumpy in the corner, but still having the Falcon from Fable, probably. I imagine that.
What's going on here?
I imagine it to be in a way that Archie asked Void to show how to flirt, right? Like he just likes to take notes, and Void's always the flirter. So yeah, let him explain. And then Iniko came over and was like, "Yeah, I'll show you how it's done properly."
Hey,
Because Iniko
yo.
is confident, doesn't have shame. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna show off, and there you go, and and everyone's like, oh my.
Let's go. And then, of course,
And
Hex
yeah,
being
Hex just
chill.
vibing. Hex just vibing, just like he
Plague
does like a
screaming in the distance. Oh, we need to show Plague this specific part of the VOD.
sure. Yeah, this is like
And then, of course,
the other
with
ending.
the ending that we
Yeah.
got.
Keith, the gentle Keith with the heart. The cheesecakes, famous cheesecake is obviously a little bit burnt because they constantly burn a little bit of things. And yeah, you see the flower. Neil's cake has the blueberries. They have it switched. Like Neil has the burnt one. Fable has the has Neil's one. Vaya is just vibing with their own cake. And then Grace and Hex have the tea party with the tea bags there. Hex obviously.
Oh yeah, the scarf has like the heart top too.
Yeah.
Oh.
Also, I also do the Hex thing, by the way. When the table is too low, I just stand very like wide leg there because I don't want to bow down. That's just like also a thing I do, and yeah, I think that's the main difference here. Yeah. And the other ones, obviously, Grace and Hex are missing because Grace is dead, and Hex just doesn't have like the.
Hex is not in a party mood.
Yeah, he's not in the mood for that. Yeah.
And of course, again.
Yeah.
Here.
Again missing. Yeah.
You got the big old championship for Rhea.
Yeah, well, Rhea won, as you see. Also, Void with the biscuits. Grace is doing the confetti. She's like teleporting all the confetti constantly up. I can imagine it's a bit difficult to keep track of all the confetti so it doesn't fall on the ground. Hex obviously making the firework. Vaya has the big sword. Everyone has a party hat. Even the tavern has the party hat. If you go to the very top, yeah, she big, she tall. Everyone has a party hat. The tavern, top. The tavern has a small party hat. I bet that
it's me. I'm the mimic.
Yeah. I can imagine that Kyle was like, yes, everyone has to have the party hat. We are in party mood now, and even the slime has the party hat. Everyone's celebrating. Rhea did well. We saved the world.
Plague.
Yeah.
Hold on. Plague's here. I'm going back really quick.
Oh, hey,
I'm just saying.
We're just saying.
I'm just saying.
Just screaming. Yeah.
And
yeah,
of course we have it
Grace
with
is missing again. Yeah, Tia and Grace's staff also have hats because obviously, yeah, and just Grace missing, right? Like, and
the confetti's missing here because Grace isn't there, but Hex is still here,
and he has his team.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that starts with them.
We got Clay and Grace with Dindy and Andu.
Yeah, Clay likes animals, that's why he pets them, and Grace likes frogs or toads, and Andu is kind of like a toad, right? So close enough. And there's like, bonding. And there we have Una talking about her biography, Archie writing all the biography down, Scully fact-checking, and Jade does not believing the bullshit she's telling. And considering that Kylan really values her grandma, her baba, she does probably believe what Una tells her.
True.
Yeah, the small things. And yeah, the other one just Grace is again missing.
without Grace.
Yeah, okay.
This one here.
They're fixing the roof. A little bit of Archie fan service, I did it.
Oh.
I did it for the narrative working student. I'll call out to you. Yes. So he's an Archie intro. Yeah, Rhea just eating a little bit, having the break, and Una on the top. Of course, she only has one leg, by the way, right? She's wielding a tiny bit of. She's doing a little bit of artificer stuff. All right, like she's doing her thing. Yeah, and then the even better thing.
And then down here.
Yeah, they're all playing with the dolls. Like, I can imagine that Una made her the doll because it's also like Una's colors, if you notice. I don't know. Iniko beating up a doll because obviously that's what an Iniko would do.
Oh, he just shrunk down. Oh my god.
Yeah. Look, next to the bush, there's also Cory sleeping and all of the clothing on the floor.
Oh, yeah. Oh my god.
Fable has the Gentle Troll plushie in the hands. Hex making the dolls dance or like scream and panic. Neil just being the assistant to Detective Melina's.
Why is there
detective
ketchup?
work.
I wonder.
Yeah.
I wonder why
And
there's ketchup.
yeah, we gotta solve the murder. You know how girls play with dolls, right? We just gotta solve murders and figure out how to overthrow the government. That's just like how you do it with dolls. There's also Rufus on Neil's shoulder.
I see. Melly gets into true crime podcasts really
course.
young.
Oh, she would love. She would solve it even faster than the police would. Carolyn accidentally rips off the doll, the head of a doll because she's too strong, and that happens. Gray's about to fix it, and Clay is making a doll with flower dresses and axes for because he was like talking about how he's going to do such a doll for Tia's niece.
Aww.
Yeah, just like yeah.
And then of course
obviously,
again, same one but just different enough.
Without Grace and without Clay. Yeah, and then this is one. Yep. Jade adopts Niels as some kind of younger brother after the parent thing. Just like, giving a nudge. It's so funny because I think Niels like 20 centimeters tall. No, 20 centimeters tall. They're just vibing a side-eyed undo. We love that.
La Crituras. We got the portal reference here.
Totally not. Yeah, totally not. Hex taking notes on how to teleport because he probably wants to visit Grace because she's going to the Magistocracy, just as she always wanted to, right? They finally managed to, part ways, but still not like lose touch and everything. Yeah, like if you move over to the other scene, she's hugging. She has her suitcases.
She's getting ready to move.
Melly is crying.
Aww.
Being comforted by people. Yeah, because now she's attached to people. Her parents are or aunts and uncles, whatever. Like her aunt is moving away. She's there. Yeah, and the other scene would be
notably different because like now Bai is watering the carnations, which represent Grace.
Yeah, because they're kind of friends. And Hex is planting forget-me-nots. Because it's like Grace's favorite food.
Oh, fuck, that hurts.
And
if you notice, that hurts. Oh god, I could have made you live through this. I could have made you live through this, Embario. You're welcome.
Also, like if you notice something, Hex does use a lot of magic for bullshit. Like he warmed up the tea with the magic. He does a lot of magic stuff. Yeah, he just uses hand labor to plant those plants. He doesn't do the magic. He's just, he doesn't
putting
do that.
in the effort.
Yeah, Kellen just comforting him. And in the lore book, it's also said that Hex's favorite food is jalebi, I think it's called, because I based those siblings on South Asian ethnicities. And I think the narrative people were like, okay, let's Google what South Asian food is. That's jalebis. And Clay baked him some food, and Dingy is obviously trying to steal the food, like,
you know what those are kind of like? Cinnamon rolls.
Oh my god. I mean, they are spiral-like. They are spirally.
Me glancing more at Embario.
Embario's not beating the allegations.
Of course, we got these two. We got the scarf.
I got the idea from the cosplayers because they did switch the head and not the scarf, but we did put the head onto the Neil cosplayer. Yeah.
What was the food again?
Jalebi. J-A. Like, hold on, I can write it down. Jalebi. And I think for Grace it was kulfi. It was some ice cream, I think.
Oh, wait, like kufti?
I don't know, kulfi. It's some ice cream. I think also from South Asia.
I know of I think kufti is like at least from my knowledge, is like an Indian like ice creamish dessert.
I'm not sure. Maybe I'm writing it wrong. Maybe I read it wrong. That's
definitely different.
Okay, I don't know. But it was some ice cream. I'm not sure. I didn't research that. I was just reading. Here you see Jade like comparing stones for Scully just to confirm he's alabaster. Rhea obviously being fascinated by all the gems because she's a blacksmith. And then we have Clay eating soup, probably potato soup with Tia's family, and gifting her niece the small doll with the eggs and the flower dress. Yeah.
Oh.
It's just like small things.
We got again same thing with slight differences.
Then we have the chemistry. It's like now after a while, Iniko obviously.
Oh, he's so embarrassed.
He's so embarrassed. Also, as you see, Iniko could just put off the hand wrist shackle, but they just choose not to for whatever reason. I'm not sure why, to be honest, but it's Iniko, right? Hex losing it. I mean, it's just a Chaos Trio doing Chaos Trio shenanigans stuff, right? Like, they're just being homies.
Mhm.
And then we have Jade and Una cheating in card games because that's what also happened during the game.
Both.
Yeah,
of them.
and Onyx is trying to bite Una for what?
Ah.
Just supporting her
He
mom.
want
Like,
munch.
yeah, gotta distract the grandma, and Andu and Reno just leaping,
both of them.
yeah, just being small, cute, round, just eeping together, small pets, EPs, siblings, yeah. Oh yeah.
Just go on.
Okay, gonna go on. That's Obsidian, Jade's hog. Like it's not a motorcycle. I didn't even know that it's a different word for motorcycle. It's just a literal hog. Clay liking the hog because animal. Jade's spear. Iniko vibing with the animal, booping the nose, and Cory being a menace.
Snoot.
Yeah, and then some training with Archie obviously struggling. Carolyn doesn't even pay attention to him and is instructing Melly at the same time.
Carolyn's not even trying. Carolyn is like you can already tell with this scene. You can tell that Carolyn is not putting any force behind it. She's just like little tap.
No, yeah, she's like, yeah, do your thing, Melly, please watch out not to fall down. With a small knife, with a small butter knife.
What do you have there? A knife. No.
Indeed.
We're gonna go to the
music.
We're gonna go to the ads. Really, we're gonna go to the cafe one more time. This should be the last ad break because we'll definitely be able to get through everything else here.
Yeah.
Alrighty, getting back into it.
Yeah.
Getting back into more of the credits. So we just finished up this scene here. So yeah, if we go forward, again, major differences being
Grace
the statue
here
and the
flowers.
The,
I mean, they're
flowers.
constantly there, yeah.
Yep.
Okay, then the first quest, the outcome with the werewolf, either they manage to solve it, or Carolyn gets some arrows in her shoulder,
or Carolyn gets shot.
Carolyn gets shot by Fable, and Fable goes to the their treehouse to get chamomile tincture, and yeah, here Fable's just fixing up her hand with the chamomile tincture. If you didn't notice, Andu and Reno on the roof. I can imagine.
Help him up! Help him up! He's gonna fall.
I'm thinking, why the hell is Andu here? I think he just kind of fall down because of the explosion, which happened like 2 meters further away by Hex and Iniko and Melly.
right over
Hex
here.
Yep, Hex just doing some shenanigans, some experimentations.
Melly telling them both off for being stupid.
Of course they're stupid. And Iniko's just vibing that. Yep, thumbs up. We love the explosions.
Plan successful.
I would have almost given them some kind of sign with a 7 out of 10, just to rate the explosion, but it would have been funny. But I chose not to just.
Oh
just
man, there's his hat. There it goes.
Yep, exploded a tiny bit. It's fine. Yeah. Yeah, and the next one is just again. Yeah, with the now also with the forget-me-nots. That's like very exclusive to each ending. This is like obviously we saw this one. Grace coming to tackle Hex. Hex was teasing Voy beforehand. That's why he's still all blushy. And Voice Hagium there. Exactly. Yeah, it's just like the very first sprite we saw. Yeah. Easing into the whole thing. And here we have Clay with Melly on his shoulder and Jade looking at the star, just showing Melly that that's where Tia went to.
That's my bestie up there.
Yeah, and I imagined that I forgot the name of the Pokemon again. The Pokemon with the skull of his dead mother on that. Cubone, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. A tiny reference again.
Oh my god.
Oh, yeah, just like small stuff. Yeah, Tia is the small white star, by the way, and the sun whale is the big yellow one. Yeah. Oh god. Oh yes. Okay, where do we start?
We'll start on the roof.
Yeah, they're just goofing around,
smiling.
Yeah, face reveal too. Mouth. Melly also got the small chicken plushie from the quest board in the tavern. And they're just doing a little bit of firework, and I'm not sure how they're called in English, to be honest. The small stick
firework and sparklers.
Sparkles sounds good, cute. Yeah, the cards, because they were talking about how Kyle has the cards to remember stuff, and now he actually does remember stuff, and Rhea cannot believe it. He's making progress. They're eating
He's
stuff.
gaining wrinkles.
He's gaining wrinkles. Imagine that. And the slime has a small bow because it's cute and dressed up. Yeah. And of course we have the innkeeper, right? Like it's hinting. You would have almost seen them. You would have almost seen the innkeeper. Oh well. Yeah, they're just vibing, just making music together. A little bit of food again. They're all happy. Those two dancing.
Archie and Scully dancing.
Yeah, just being wholesome. Nika and Jade. I mean, they're also like kind of, besties. Not quite besties, but like, they're like handshaking a lot. Iniko stealing wallets, but not with Jade. Jade got
you
it.
do a chomp.
Yeah, the tomato turtle. Yeah, and Iniko didn't have the cracks on his on their arm here. Just so you know, they weren't there before.
They are now.
They are now, and they're a little bit pissed. They have the red hair stuff.
It is canonical. Jade has hella grip strength.
Oh yeah, of course she has. Like she's strong. She has to stay on a hog, right? Then we have Una with the SpongeBob reference on her thingy, doing a little bit of grilling. As you see, her grill even has some kind of so that the smoke doesn't get into her face, but like away from her.
This grill kind of reminds me of Tia's armor. Was that on purpose?
Oh, I mean they're both astral, aren't they? Like Cassiopeia is the astral dragon, and Una is from the astral sea. So it's kind of similar, yeah. Una obviously being like, yeah, that's how you cook it. Just talking about grilling stuff like fathers do.
Firm
Kellen,
with a little give.
Exactly. Kellen with the shashlik, and we have the same grill, by the way. We don't know safety regulations. It's just
do you have to stack it on books and logs to make it?
Luckily not. We're not as tall as her, but it is a little bit more wonky than the usual grill, I would say. Like it looks exactly like that. It's just you always have to watch out to not have the shashlik fall into the coals. Yeah, coat with this small thing. This small thing is on I call it the little thing. It's on the rumor notes. Like on one of the rumor notes, there are like two of these thingies just like being there. Yeah, a little bit of shipping, He's gifting her a flower because she came back to visit them after. Like, there's a bird. Oh, there's a flower, by the way, next to the tower. It's a yellow carnations on the bottom, further down.
There we go.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's Tia's colors and yellow. I think yellow carnations. I think it was called like in memory of an old friend or something, or missing an old friend, something like that. Missing a friend, you know why? Yeah, I mean Tia's still there as a star, but you're still missing her. Yeah, we have Baya with a pet. Yeah, being in the corner with the pets, because obviously some people just like that more than on a party. Just play the small orange dragon being awake. The only time they're awake, this orange dragon, the Javaldu. Yeah, that's by the way where. Here. Yeah, that's by the way where the drink mixing nook is in this tower on the bottom, and that's where the lighting comes in.
Okay.
Yeah,
like a little skylight of sorts.
Yeah, so that's a bit of lighting in there, and I just imagined that there's the drink mixing nook. Yeah, I think that's about all of the characters here. Oh god, that's a lot of stuff. Oh yeah, that's I would have had an ending, right? Like,
what is this?
Yeah. Oh, what's this?
Don't worry about it.
What's this? Don't worry about it. I'm not saying anything, but don't worry about it.
Stealing Renu?
Not quite.
Devin?
It's just empty, right? Like there's no one in anymore.
Yeah. Where's Fable? Fuck. Where's Melly?
Just
what's
searching,
going on?
but like.
Oh man.
What's
happening? Oh. Don't worry about it.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Now we're talking about the mid ending. Yeah, they're just now. This is basically the research group, right? Una, Archie, Scully. Technically also Melly somewhere, but Melly's just on a different place right now, and they're just explaining about Grace right now, and yeah. just a cow tree comforting him, and Mel giving him a little bit of chocolate because she likes hot chocolate, and she's like, maybe it will help him. But like, I have a photo of myself gripping Grace's staff this way with Grace in the background, but it's like in the Dokomi artist booth back rooms. There will be a proper picture someday. We do want to have a shooting in a couple of months. Yeah, a little bit of pain as a treat. Here they're building the statue. Yeah, like Clay has a small prototype of Tia as a small thing. They're just like all crying with the tissues. Neil has again his hood on because he's edgy. He's not crying. And Melly has a hammer in her hand. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about the child with the hammer. Yeah, don't worry about the hammer in her hand. Yeah, and then that's the last. Second last frame. Yeah, just Clay being this. With this frame, I just want to show they will be okay. Even if the people died, they will still be okay. Like Clay is happy, and with Dindy just goofing around with Kyle.
They're just because they've lost somebody doesn't mean it's always going to be bad days. They can have good days. Yeah, but it's just getting through it.
It will be fine. It will be fine. Essentially, like Kellen being a noted hex. This is, by the way, a pun. What Hex is doing right now is a pun. I don't know if you can guess it. She's doing something. Okay, I can just tell. I don't know if someone wants to guess, but like, I can tell it. Okay.
I don't know.
Like, what is this book? This is a book. How else can you call a book? If it's a magic book, for example.
He's like a tome.
A tome, yes. And what is he doing with the tome?
He's splitting the tome.
He's splitting a tome.
Oh my God.
He's splitting atom.
Oh my God. Hex, no!
I just wanted to include the X somehow. And I was thinking, what the hell would Hex do with it? Yeah, he was splitting a tom. That sounds like him.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's
it's just a
the level of reach that we had for that. Oh my God.
I had to get it out. So far
again, just one of those things that you don't know that we wouldn't know if we didn't have you here.
Just a goofy little thing. I was like, wouldn't it be funny if he would split a tom? That's totally something Hex would do. And now even Grace is not watching him. So who's gonna stop them?
Oh my God.
Oh yeah. And I think the last one is just just the last that would be the last frame of them just singing together the song.
And that is
that's the end.
That is it. Yeah. That axe is that's Ur's great axe, by the way.
Yes. It's just a great axe.
It's just a great axe. I loved that bit with the sword.
It's just a great sword, don't worry about it.
Well, we did it.
Yeah. We did it.
And that was all of the little credit details. Again, thank you for getting me. Thank you for sending me both the PowerPoint and also all of the different credits, so that we can look over them and yap. No, this like again, I would have missed half of the details if you didn't point them out, because there is so much that is put into this, and I love that. I love that you can literally just talk and like share all of the thoughts you have. You can finally be
Thank you for that. I have an outlet. Now I can just point people to this word, being like, you want me to hear yap about the details? There you go. Just listen to it.
Absolutely. And I would be honored if Gentle Troll uses this as it refers to this as like the little reference that it is. We'll get ready to wrap things up. Once again, Nika, thank you so much for doing this. This has been.
Thank you for having me. It was very fun, and yes, it was a great time. Even the project it was amazing. Like I had such a blast.
It's crazy to think that like I can't believe that like I'm still in disbelief that what I thought was just going to be another entry in like my Livedub series turned into like this, and turned into like, no, we have like a full presentation and like a full like 3-hour plus segment of diving into character designs and diving into set pieces and whatnot, and we were able to fill that with just really honest, earnest talk, you know.
It was like, yeah, like the whole team is very passionate about this project, and I'm happy to just yap a little bit about this. And like it's wild.
I am happy that I can match that passion, or at least come close to matching that passion, because I don't know if you knew about this, but this game is pretty heckin' neat. It's pretty good game. I'm a pretty decent fan of this.
You're totally normal about this, aren't you?
I'm definitely not like all about this now. Definitely not making this like a character trait for me. I can't. I honestly cannot wait to see what other projects you do in the future. Not even if it's with, like, not even just you as like a Gentle Troll, but just you in general, because you are more than just Nika, the character designer at Gentle Troll for Tavern Talk. You are Nika, an amazing artist, and also a amazing budding streamer. If y'all have not checked out Nika at her Twitch channel, mahahon_art, please go give her a follow. She's really sweet. She plays some really cool games. Very fun. Literally the person that you see on stream now is the person that she is. Maybe a little bit more gremlin energy, but just very fun and very sweet and very adorable. So please go give her your support.
No, you.
Look, I've shilled myself in the finale of the Livedub. I shilled myself a little bit here. I mean, do I need to shill myself? Y'all are already here. Y'all are listening. Well, I mean, to be fair, this also could be YouTube. If you're watching this on YouTube, I'd really appreciate a Twitch follow. Anyway, we'll save that for the YouTube outro, though. So.
Yeah. I guess there should be some more shilling right now, right? Like all the other stuff. Tavern Talk, right?
What other stuff? I actually forgot.
Just all generally, but can I ask for this for a joker for this?
A what?
An audience joker.
Like an audience joker? What do you mean?
Yeah, can I? May I? An audience joker. Just ask for an audience joker for the shilling. May I?
What? Sure. What do you need me to do? Wait, what? I'm scared.
Imbario, please enter the voice chat.
Yeah, Imbario, can you, if you are available, can you jump into the waiting room? I'll get you in. And if we need to cut this part out, we can. Never mind.
Hello.
He's just here.
Hi.
Hello, Imbario. Hi. How are you?
Oh my God! Hold on. Hold on. I gotta change.
Oh my God, he's.
Hi.
Have you considered
You're
the
so
massive
huge.
Simi? Have you considered, AKL, that Simi is a being that transcends universes?
Oh my God! It's a destroyer of universes.
You are now floating, Nika.
I am. It's fine.
That's how it is. That's how it be.
So just, yeah, it's supposed. But yeah, Imbario.
Mm-hmm.
You're a man of many talents, aren't you? Entertainer, singer, and also very good at shilling stuff, right?
I know my role. Specifically, if you, as a member of this Twitch chat, have not, or any other audience for that matter, have not picked up Tavern Talk over on Steam, and I believe on the Nintendo Switch as well,
yeah.
Please go.
There's a list in the VC chat.
What? What the
Your
heck?
your script is ready.
Oh, I've been given a script. Perfect. Yeah. I'm so cheesed.
Imbario, can you use the transatlantic accent, please?
Transatlantic? Wait, huh? Like
the black and white.
You know,
one.
the transatlantic. Tavern Talk, the game, available on Steam and Nintendo Switch.
Please and thank you.
If you yourself have not picked up Tavern Talk, the video game, over on Steam and the Nintendo Switch, you should change your life for the better. Everybody knows that you should be dealing with the Innkeeper and all the fantastic characters of Tavern Talk. The Tavern Talk story DLC will release next month on Steam. Switch will soon follow, so you'll get 3 more hours of new content. That's more than the entirety of Act 1. Imagine that! The lore book and soundtrack on Steam are also available. You can find them in a variety of different places. There's also 5e, that's right, Dungeons and Dragons. If you're interested in Dungeons and Dragons of various sorts, you can find that over on Steam as well. There's a bunch of stuff available on Steam. The devs will stream how they play the one-shot. It'll happen on Twitch soon enough. You can find that link over at Gentle Troll TV. That's right, twitch.tv/GentleTrollTV. That's right, there's a whole assortment of being able to experience the entirety of the of the Tavern Talk extended universe, I suppose it would be. Not only that, but it happened. Everybody knows that it happened. You know it, I know it. The Ondu plushie on Makeshift has actually become a thing. You can get your own Ondu plushie over at makeshift.com/petition/Tavern Talk Ondu plush. You can find it right here in the Twitch chat as well. This is a very important shill, by the way. Okay, I need to cut the bit. This is very important. There are now physical stickers. There are now physical stickers from the Kickstarter in the works that Nika drew herself. Everybody knows that she's the greatest artist of
Oh my god.
of the modern age.
Oh my god.
There'll be normal and shiny hollow stickers and more, like the extended lore book. There's so much art. Oh my god, there's so much art. She's done a fantastic job. If you haven't seen it already, it's amazing.
Please tell me you've properly rested your hand after making so much art, right?
I don't get wrist
Right?
I don't get wrist pain. I'm trying to hold it,
Please?
but I'm not getting wrist pain for whatever reason. Like, I'm fine.
Continuing on, in the extended lore book, you can find full character full bodies and small additional art like Theo being cute with Archie. That's right. You can actually see Archie's partner in full color and an alive Scully. And that's actually really cool. Holy shit. As well as the extended soundtrack with Fable's song. You can find it over at Kickstarter right now. The link can be found right here. You can also win some stickers in a sticker giveaway, which can be found over on Twitter. I refuse to call it X. Over on Twitter.com.
I'm just gonna call an audible. All of you people who have already drawn fan art, if you have not joined this contest, there it is. There's the link. Color. Glances upwards at picture in frame.
Yeah.
Please join. You have amazing art.
It's so funny. Ondu without legs is so.
Oh my god,
it's peak. It's peak, and you could put it right there, and you too could win stickers as a byproduct of the giveaway. And finally, you can support the entire team over at Gentle Troll by going over and following them over at x.com/Tavern Talk Game and joining the Discord link. So please, if you haven't already, support this fantastic team of artists, writers, and directors of. I cut the bit. They really are just fantastic. Like, you've seen it all over the place. The proof is in the pudding of this past Livedub. We only saw one of the 3 endings. There is so much more drama, so much more lore. 4?
Amazing. Therefore,
hidden ending.
Shit, it was so hidden, even the announcer didn't know about the 4th ending. So please, support all of their projects moving forward. You know it as well as I. They're just
so
fantastic.
The whole team is... I love the team. They're so nice. They're like just really good people and also so talented. Like, without them, the whole game just would not be possible. The team
to be fair, if it wasn't for your game and then me picking up again, I know I talked about this on the Livedub, but literally right here, this partnership that you see inside my cafe would not have happened if we didn't do the Livedub.
Mm-hmm.
I would not have met so many cool people like Emporio, like his whole community. They're just so kind and welcoming, and I love them all. They're just amazing. And there's a reason why I'm every day in the VC just yapping with them. Oh, they're also good.
Are you
And
shilling
also-
me? Shut up. No,
Yes,
this is
yes. Please follow Imbario. He's a great streamer. I think he's even my favorite streamer. So please follow him. If you know Hex, he's even better than Hex. Please follow him. Thanks.
Oh my god! Wow!
That is
Wow.
high praise. Holy shit.
But it's true.
I don't know if you were here when we were talking about it in Barrio, but we were talking about, like, I wonder how much it would, like, what kind of effort would it take to like send you a Hex cosplay?
It wouldn't take that much effort. That's the problem. It wouldn't take much effort. It would be very easy.
You would have to do
I'm
no
telling you, he's very
makeup,
cosplayable.
no anything. You just literally have to put the
No,
clothes
he
on
just
in Barrio.
He just
Yeah.
needs the sparkles. He just needs the sparkles and it will be Hex, right? Like in casual clothing. At this
And
point.
maybe contacts.
You either
And
you
maybe
need
like-
okay, you need contacts, you need outfit, you need a flamethrower.
True. He's just so right.
Hex, get the flamethrower.
Hex gets a Flammenwerfer.
Oh, Hex would verf all the flammen.
Oh my god.
Oh.
But was there anything I missed in the shill? Please, just
I think it's
support
I
Gentle
think-
Troll. They're
amazingly.
fantastic.
I think you showed amazingly. Thank you so much for entertaining my
Yeah.
A
shenanigans.
plus.
Thank you guys for having me. Unless you want to keep me around, I think I will make my leave
I personally
That's-
don't mind.
as quick as possible. This
No
is-
worries. I mean, if you two want to hang in the voice chat here, I was actually gonna get ready to disconnect and get ready for.
I mean, we'll
the
probably
outro.
just go to the Hangout channel afterwards.
Mhm.
But
It's an option.
yeah.
But again, support Gentle Troll. They're fantastic. They have so many
Thanks.
fantastic things in there. I'm gonna keep saying fantastic. It's my favorite word.
Fantabulous. Marvelous.
Fantastic.
Absolutely.
German.
Once
Yes, we're
once
German.
again,
Most of us are
once
very
again,
German.
thank you, Imbario, for doing the shill, and thank you,
Yeah.
Nika, for
Thank
being
you,
a
thank you a
guest
lot.
here. With all
Thanks
of
for
that,
being my
I am
joker.
going to drop off. I will let y'all get to your hangouts and whatnot. I'll probably join after I get back from dinner.
Yeah.
But
Oh yeah. Enjoy your
I
dinner.
will see y'all later.
Wait. AKL.
What?
You also have
Thank
to be
you for
short.
Thank you for making this happen. This was really, really
Yeah.
cool just to hear the ins and outs of all of the art and all the intricacies of the tremendously cool and expansive world of Tavern Talk and beyond, which is getting DLC.
Yes. It is in the works. I already did some art for it. I think the art is almost done even for it. Yes. It will be released next month.
That's right.
Well,
Next month.
Imbario, two things.
Soon.
One,
Mhm.
thank you, and two, get bleached.
What? Ooh. Oh no, a bleached cinnamon roll, I see.
Done. and
Oh.
with that,
Yeah.
it is time for me to dip out. So once again, thank you, Nika. I will not
thank
beat
you. Like,
I
honestly.
am going to disconnect.
Okay, you're not gonna eat me otherwise.
Nah.
But no, Michael, for real, like the project, it was such a blast. Like, I had such a good time with the stream, with the Livedub and everything, and just interacting with you. I wouldn't be here. Like, I wouldn't have met so many cool people. I wouldn't have met you. Like, I wouldn't just generally without the project. I wouldn't not talk like not even about the interview. It's just like this whole thing. I'm just thank you so much. The whole team is also appreciating the VODs and everything. That, like,
it's crazy what a passion
such a good
project can
job.
do, and I'm as
passion,
somebody
person
who
is passionate person handshake. Just handshake, right?
as somebody who puts a lot of effort into like the work that he does. Like I say again, the joke always happens of like a casual streamer VTubing, casual VTuber VTubing casually,
As long as
but
it's passionately.
I do put in a lot of work because I am kind of a
Yeah.
perfectionist sometimes. And it's one of those like I also never expect any of these like big effort things to like I put in a lot of work for this, so it's gotta be like super popular. It's gonna absolutely become viral and whatever. It's like no,
sadly, yeah.
like it more often than not, it's not gonna be proportionate to the effort that you put in. But at the end of the
Definitely.
day, I really liked doing it. the cast had a fun experience. I'm absolutely honored that you could hear these characters be brought to life in a way that you yourself really resonated with.
Yeah, it's insane.
And it
that's
just
so
really
good.
makes me happy, and I am excited and scared for what my next casting opportunity is gonna be, because I can't keep getting away with this.
Oh, I cannot wait. Like, you're just a psychic at this point.
I just
I
just like character traits, and sometimes I see a lot of my friends in some characters, and look, is it my intention to turn these live dubs into like mock therapy sessions? No. Do I get a little bit of joy when it happens? A little bit.
Listen, if it helps, right? Like, as long as you have a good time.
Exactly.
Oh, but like, honestly, it was
you're having such a blast. You have no idea you're actually dealing with deep-rooted insecurities.
Listen, do you think I don't have deep-rooted insecurities?
No,
like,
I mean,
honestly,
you absolutely do. After all, what's an indie developer without trauma?
That's
like
true,
you said.
Yeah. You wouldn't be an indie developer. You would probably get some job with proper money and everything, right? Like, with more job security. Not that there's decent job security here, but like, it's just generally the whole economy is a little bit, especially right now. I hope it will be better soon. But I'm having such a blast with the studio, with the team. And the whole project, like, not only the project itself, like, I had a hyperfixation on it on like half a year, but like, all the fans, I'm so grateful for them, and all the people who are like here, and oh my god. Just a big thank you for everyone who's like playing the game, being in the fandom, being here, just enjoying the content. You're all amazing. Thank you.
I mean, like, something that I can't believe I haven't even pointed out yet is the fact that you're a German game developer, and all of this project and everything has been done with people all over the world. There's people in Japan. There's people on the East Coast, West Coast. Like, we have people in Canada as well. Like, this cast is also a global cast. Like, if this cast wasn't like this cast, if anything, is a great representation of the fact that your game, your narrative, your character designs, everything have literally gone worldwide.
Yeah, like, that's insane. So many American people, like, we're just like a small German company, like, first game and all, like, we're 20 people maybe or something, and people like everywhere. Thousands of people play it. This is so insane. Like, I started this project when I was still in university. I was writing my bachelor's when we were starting this project. I was just a working student. It's how do you say it? Nutty? Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah,
it's absolutely crazy.
It is crazy.
One more time. You are very welcome, and thank you. Alrighty, we're gonna go on ahead and I'm gonna go on ahead and dip out, and we'll begin the outro from here. So thank you again.
Yeah. Thank you, and goodbye. Have a good time.
Take care.
Yeah. Bye.
And with that, we have come to the end of our interview with Nika of Gentle Troll. Again, a huge thank you to the entire Tavern Talk team for allowing this interview to happen. It was an absolutely amazing time, a very educational time, and most importantly, it honestly was just me just yapping with a homie for a good, like, almost 5 hours or so, I think, for just yapping about characters and fun designs and whatnot. So it was just really fun, and I know I've already said this a bunch, but many thanks for them for all of their support throughout the Livedub project. Normally, this would be where I would say, thank you for tuning into this wonderful project this year. Next year I'm planning another Livedub sometime during the year. It's going to be Coffee Talk Tokyo, of course. But as luck may have it, in between when we recorded this and when I'm finishing up the editing now, they actually released a DLC for Tavern Talk just a few days ago. Tavern Talk Tempest Tantrum just recently came out. and I still need to play through it myself. I need to plan out all of the stuff that I'm going to be doing for the live dub there, because yes, we will be live dubbing the DLC episodes, or the DLC episode, once I get everything all planned out. So hopefully we'll have it ready for before Christmas. We'll see. I'm honestly not going to put too huge of a rush on this one, because holidays coming and I'm gonna be really busy there. And this episode is already very late as it is, because we had a bunch of other stuff that we've been that have been very much occupying my time schedule wise. So I'm just glad that I finally got time to wrap everything up here with the interview. So again, definitely stay tuned if you want to keep up to date with all of my go live schedules and all of my plans for social media. Definitely follow me on both Twitter and Blue Sky. I'm pretty much active on both of those. For any stream clips and highlights that you might want to see more of my content, check out my TikTok. And then, of course, if you want to chat with me and the rest of the Acolyte family pretty much 24/7, feel free to join the Discord, the Acolyte's Den. And, of course, last but very much not least, if you want to just watch me be silly with voice acting and JRPGs and other fun stuff, don't forget to check me out on Twitch, where I go live every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday, always at 7 p.m. Pacific time. We'd love to see you there. But yeah, other than that, I think I'm good to go. So thank you all so much for enjoying all of the live dub episodes so far. Hope you're excited for the eventual DLC episodes, whether you're catching them live or you're watching them here on the VOD channel. But like I always say, stay casual and stay cool. And until next video, we'll see you later. Bye-bye.